น้องพัดสวัสดีนะสวัสดีนะครับขออภัยครับน้องพัดมาช้าไปหน่อยพอดีเพิ่งกลับไปจากต่างจังหวัดไม่ได้เปลี่ยนชุดเลยเนี่ยพอดีไปเที่ยวมาเพิ่งมาถึงเลยเนี่ยสวัสดีนะเพื่อนสวัสดีนะครับน้องพัดสวัสดีนะใครเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามด้วยใครเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วยนะมาเพื่อนอาร์เซนอลนะครับเจอลิเวอร์พูลนะเพื่อนใครที่มาดู11รายชื่อผู้เล่นตัวจริงก่อนนะเพื่อนประตูนะของฝั่งลิเวอร์พูลนะประตูเป็นอาริซอนนะผู้เซนเตอร์เป็นฟันได้กับโกนาเต้ทางขวาสวอตสไลน์นะทางซ้ายนะไอเกเซ่นะแล้วก็กองกลาง2 คนมีแม็กอลิสเตอร์กับกาฟินแบกนะตัวลุกนะครับคนนี่กักโบแล้วก็ไอวิงแล้วก็ซาร่าหน้าเป้าเป็นเอกิติเก้นะส่วนของอาร์เซนอลนะครับประตูเป็นเดวิดลายานะครับคู่เซนเตอร์เป็นซาลิบาคาเบียลทางซ้ายคาลิเฟลลี่ทางขวาทิมเบอร์นะกองกลางก็ชูเมนเมนดี้กับไลท์ตัวลุกนะครับเมลิโนมาติเนลลี่มาดูเอเก้แล้วก็หน้าเป้าวันนี้ใช้โยเคเลสนะแต่เราก็ต้องเสียซาลิบาไปนะแม่งโคตรซวยเลยเพื่อนๆซาลิบาเจ็บนะมอสเคล่าลงมาแทนนะเพื่อนแม่งใช่เรื่องไหมเนี่ยซาลิบาเสึกเจ็บอีกไม่รู้ว่าเจ็บเมื่อไหร่ด้วยสวัสดีครับพี่จักรินสวัสดีครับพี่เข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วยนะครับเพื่อนๆเข้ามาแล้วเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วยนั่นเพื่อน
It's a terrible ball. Luckily, though, Raya's off his line quickly to stop Salah from steaming in. Zubimendi then gets the ball from the Spanish international. Out towards that left-hand side, poor ball once more. Wirtz picks it off. Just jumps over the challenge of Zubimendi. Still Liverpool though with Wirtz. Tries to find Salah. It's blocked well and read well by Declan Rice. He picks up the ball. Finds Calafiori on the left-hand side. Doesn't want to steam forward. Calafiori just chops back into Declan Rice. A couple of poor passes
ดูทรงแล้ว
Yeah,
สวัสดีครับพี่ว่าครับ
pass back initially from Madueke. I was just saying we never doubt them with the solidarity in possession, but it's when they get into the final third, especially with this front three, we're not too
ต้อง
sure.
พัดมาการเมืองซะแล้วหัวข้ามมาซิตี้แพ้ไปแล้วครับวันนี้อุตส่าห์ไม่นอนมาดูกับพี่ตุ๊กนะจ้าเนี่ยโอ้โหอุตส่าห์รีบกลับมาจากโคราชเลยเนี่ยไปเขาใยเที่ยงมาเนี่ยรีบกลับมาเลยเนี่ย
The ball from the Brazilian and Florian Wirtz tries to poke a ball through towards Salah
เมื่อวานไม่ได้ไลฟ์ก็เพราะไปอยู่นู่นบนเขานี่ครับซาลิบาเจ็บอีกตัวใช่ดีที่เจ็บยับเลยเนี่ย
Sobslai, the Hungarian, comes across to take the throw in. Liverpool in their new home kit this afternoon. It's the throwback really, the long sleeves being opted for by some of the Liverpool players. McAllister and Sobslai have gone for it. Ekitike as well as Salah. Everyone else gone for the short sleeve option. Here's Van
ดูซิ
Dijk.
จะมา
Sees the ball out
ที่ไม่ไหว
wide to
เลย
Salah.
ดีแล้วเห็นที่แรกดูอยู่ตอนผมขับรถกลับมามันนำอยู่แล้วสักพักแพ้เหรอเนี่ยผมไม่ได้ดูเลยผมก็รีบกลับมาแล้วก็รีบขึ้นไปเลยรีบเก็บเต็นท์เสร็จก็รีบมาเลยเนี่ยผมรีบเก็บเต็นท์เสร็จผมก็รีบขึ้นมาเลยเนี่ยเพื่อนเข้ามาแล้วฝากกันแล้วก็แชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วยไปแล้วมาดูเอเก้ไปแล้วมาดูเอเก้กูเพื่อน
these moments. They got that goal against Man United from a corner. They got quite a few goals against Leeds.
เนี่ยยึกยักเก่งจริงมาดูเอเก้กู
First corner of the game. It goes to Arsenal since the start of the 23-24 season.
เพื่อนอย่าลืมนะเพื่อนเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วยนะครับเพื่อน
33 in the Premier League. The closest is Chelsea with 20, which is a huge gap on their London rivals. Declan Rice will take it. You know what he can do from set pieces. being away swinger from the right hand side as there's jostling for positions inside the area.
เอาไป
Makes a run. It's in towards the penalty spot. It's flicked by Mosquera.
เเข้าไปมงโอ้โห
on the far left hand side.
เฮ้ยมอสเคล่ามงคนเดียวไม่ได้เพื่อน
Just slows things up.
แล้ว
To go past
ทิมเบอ
Florian
ร์
Wirtz. Helped out now
ทิม
by
เบอร์
Calafiori.
อาทิตย์แล้วนี่
Back
ยิง
towards
2
the
แอสซิสต์
halfway
1
line.
นะครับสำหรับทิมเบอร์
Defenders.
Yeah, it's well defended.
Weird
Weird
deal.
that Timber wasn't in the penalty area. Furthest man back, scored from 2 last week. Of course, Declan Rice, maybe the fact it was an out-swinging ball played its factor. We know he's so good with them when he's an in-swinging delivery, but they trust him out-swinging as well.
Riot goes long to find Gokares, but he can't head the ball down into the path of a teammate. It bounces off the Swede's head and out of play for a Liverpool throw.
วันนี้คงจะ
So
เก่
real
งๆ
coming
นะ
together there with Wirtz and Gabriel. McAllister also getting involved with Calafiori. No foul given though from that corner kick. Here's Gravenberch from Alisson down the line to Salah. He's been dragged by Calafiori. Referee says no foul as Mosquera brings it forward.
ไหว
Lofted ball into the
คาราฟิลลี่
third.
ไปแล้วมาสเคล่าเปิดเอาซ้ายไปที่อาติเอลี่ไม่ทันครับโอ้โหเว้ย
Unable, well, both sides have been unable to really get things ticking in the final third so far.
Yeah, myself and Tom, we covered Nottingham Forest West Ham. This opening 90 minutes has actually been quite similar to that in terms of both sides are trying to have their moments in possession, but it's then getting let down by a really poor forward final ball, which we saw a lot in that opening
เพื่อน
game.
อาร์เซนอลวันนี้เราต้องไม่แพ้ถือว่า เสมอก็ยังดี
We know it's gonna, the intensity is going to ramp up. There's going to be moments where there's a couple of fouls that just get that crowd going, get the players
เสมอก็ยังดี
as well. Madueke, just a
อ่า
moment
เปิด
like
ไป
this.
มาดูเก้ไป
Both of them
มาดู
going
เก้
after each other.
เอ้ย
Just
โอ้โห
right
ฟาวเข้ามาดูเก้
Anfield crowd. Now Madueke getting involved with
ใจเย็นด้วยใจเย็นเว้ยมาดูเก้
Little moments like that is what gets a game like this going.
Yeah, a bit of a 50-50 there. Didn't think it was a foul either way.
มันดูแข็งแรงนะเพื่อนๆมาดูเก้อะเอาจริงๆดูแบบไม่ค่อยมีทรงแต่มันดูแข็งแรงนะ
Might just be a battle that continues on.
ทีนี้โมเรโน่นี่ยืนเป็นกลางลุกเลยเพื่อนไทยบริการนะครับรายชื่อสำรองของเรานะเพื่อนก็มีทอสซาวเดกาดแม็กนอร์แมนเอเซ่อย่างเงี้ยเพื่อนก็มีชื่อแล้วนะ
Liverpool back in possession. Seen very little of it in the last 10 minutes as Alisson finds Gravenberch.
ตัวเจ็บนี่อย่างเยอะเพื่อนๆของเราเนี่ย
Inside their own half and Gokares.
อาแวดเจซุสซาก้านอกาดเบนไว้เนี่ยเพื่อนตัวเจ็บเยอะจัดเราอะ
Real options forward. We've seen him spray a ball out towards Salah on an occasion already. Gravenberch just dropped in between the two centre halves and Liverpool in possession. There's the applause from the Anfield crowd on the 20th minute. Of course, to show their respects to Diogo Jota, something which will probably continue for all of the season, if not even further, you would imagine. Here is Arsenal, though, have won the ball back. Spring the ball out towards Madueke.
เข้าไม่เป็นไรไปมาดูเก้ไปวิ่งพาวิ่งมาดูเก้ไปแล้วมาดูเก้พาล่าแล้วเข้ากรอบแค่โทษโอ้โหโอ้โหเออเกตเย็ดเก้ไม่ชิมได้โอ้โหดูครับชูมินดี้เปิดอ่ะเพื่อนแล้วก็ดูมาดูเก้แม่งไวด้วย
Brilliant defender at Bournemouth. He's rapid as well. I thought he would have absolutely had Madueke in a foot race there. He stayed with him though the whole way, which was what was important. But Madueke blistering pace out of nowhere down that right hand side. Another corner coming up, both being won by Madueke. So maybe that's the little bit of danger that they're starting to sense. If they want to win these set pieces, it's out on the same outswinging side as well. Timber lurking on the edge of the
ลูก
area.
เตะมุมอีกแล้วอาร์เซนอลจะเป็นเครียดอีกเปล่า
Great ball as well from Zubimendi with Arsenal's second corner of the game. 21.5 minutes played.
เอนอนจะเตะมุมทางฝั่งซ้ายจะดีกว่า
Left arm in the air from Declan Rice. Ball into the box towards the front post. Flicked away. It's going to drop from Madueke, who keeps it alive. Gets a shot away. Brilliant save from Alisson.
ยิงเอ้ยเฮียมาดูเก้
Should be able to clear their lines.
โอ้ย
Gravenberch.
มาดูเก้ยิงเกือบได้
At goal, which was forced to save. It's the first shot on target.
Yeah,
I'll
decent
buy.
opportunity. It wasn't a great touch actually from Madueke, but not necessarily to his own fault.
โอ้มาดูเก้ยิงเหมือนบอลมันไม่ค่อยแรงอ่ะเพื่อนแต่มันตรงกรอบอ่ะ
Take it down and then actually just get a shot off at goal. Alisson had to be alert to the danger.
ลูกยิงของมาดูเก้เกือบได้อ่ะ
But it took a deflection. Actually, it was a great first touch. I thought he chested it
เนี่ยครับ
down, got it a little bit lower.
โอ้โห
เนี่ย
น่าเข้าจัดมาดูเก้ยิงอ่ะเนี่ย
Good save from Alisson. You know, the ball's coming through bodies, isn't it? There, he doesn't have long to make a decision, but it's a good stop towards his right hand side. Most would say it's maybe a save you expect him to make.
เอาเหี้ยแย่งบอลกันเองอีกอีเวนระยะออกมา
From the Salah ball, but Raya is able to pick it up before the striker can get to
ครับ
it.
ลุยกันต่อ
It's
เรา
Calafiori
ลุยกันต่อ
centrally for Arsenal. Back to Mosquera.
ครับลุย
Into the path of Rice. He
ครับ
allows the ball
อา
to
ร์เซนอลนี่สัม
roll
ผัสใน
past
กรอ
him
บ
so
เข
he
ตโทษ
can
นี่
turn away
7
from
ครั้งแล้ว
Florian Wirtz. Calafiori once more. Arsenal keeping possession well.
โอกาสยิงนะครับของอาร์เซนอล1 ครั้งแมนยูก็1 ครั้งลิเวอร์พูลก็1 ครั้งนะครับอาร์เซนอลเข้ากรอบไป1ลิเวอร์พูลยังไม่เข้ากรอบเลยนะ
Bring the ball forward. Zubamendi back to Rice.
ไอ้นอนสัมภาษณ์บอลในแดนลิเวอร์พูลถึง7 ครั้งนั้นเพื่อนลิเวอร์พูลยังไม่ได้สัมภาษณ์บอลในกรอบเขตโทษของอาร์เซนอลเลยนะมาอีกแล้วครับคาราฟิโอรี่มาอีกแล้วเปิดเข้าไปไม่ถึง
You will be able to pick it up. We are a quarter of the way through the game. We're halfway through the first half, and with that, with the goal, with the scoreline, still goalless. I'll hand you over to Kieran to take you through to half time.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tom. As expected, a very scrappy start to this game. A little bit of quality here and there, but like we said, it's two heavyweights. You never see the knockout blow landed early doors, do you? In a heavyweight clash, it takes a while. It takes it to get into the latter stages. It's exactly what we're probably going to see in a game like this. It's Gabriel who's going to go back to his goalkeeper. A heavy pass into David Wright. It takes a poor first touch. Has to clear the lines in the end towards Manuel. Well in the air by Kirkes. Second ball is there to be won by
โจคิเลสกูสัมภาษณ์บอลไปเท่าไหร่แล้วเนี่ยเพื่อน
up against each other
สัม
again.
ภาษณ์บอลไป
battling. That's surely a free kick.
ยังไม่ได้สัมภาษณ์บอลเลยเหรอเนี่ย
Timber, who's grabbing him the whole way, and the free kick
ขอ
has
สัมภาษณ์บอล
been
ไป
given.
2 ครั้งครับ
He's claiming that Gakpo's backing into him. Well, Gakpo has every right to back into him. That's not an illegal play to.
อย่าลืมนะเพื่อนเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วยนะครับ
Just grab him by the shoulder and just drag him down.
Yeah, you can see the frustration from both players really. Gakpo's has got a little bit of a hold of Timber whilst he's in front of him, but Timber, that's silly. He's got his arm up and over, and as you say, dragging him back on the shoulder, around the neck area. It's always going to be given as a free kick. A little bit of instruction there towards Van Dijk from Anna Slot for this set piece.
Yeah, and he's looked maybe to
ลืมนั้นเพื่อนเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วย
Florian Wirtz, the man over it. I mean, absolutely miles out in its crossing position. Anyways.
พี่อองลีครับโยเคเลสทั้ง
Florian Wirtz will be desperate for his first goal.
ทั้งหน้ากากทั้งเสย
For Liverpool, big price
ผมตกลงฉายาแล้ว ดีที่เบต้าซื้อตัวมาเยอะเหมือนรู้ว่าจะเจ็บเลยเปิดฤดูกาลแค่3 นัดเจ็บไป 4-5 ตัวแล้วนั่นดิพี่เอ้ยพี่สมัครไม่รู้เหมือนกันแต่ผมชอบท่าหน้ากากเขาที่เสยผมไม่ค่อยเท่าไหร่ผมไม่ค่อยชอบเท่าไหร่แต่ผมชอบท่าหน้ากากเขาอ่ะเนี่ยท่าหน้ากากเขามันเท่จัดถ้าดีใจอ่ะ
Yes, Arsenal are good at set pieces. They're good at defending them as well. You know, a little bit of a wasted ball there from Florian Wirtz.
นี่ครับเอเซ่กู
Around Everett, has it. Could see him today for his Arsenal debut.
สวยเอาไป
On the attack though, on the edge of the penalty area onto his
เมลิโน่
Taking his time to find Yuri Timber, but does in the end. Timber puts it in the penalty area, blocked by Kirkes.
ทิมเบอร์เปิดเข้าไปเอาเตะมุมอีก
Yeah, I thought he was a bit slow there, Marino.
เอาไว้อันนั้นเตะมุมอยู่ฝั่งเดียวอ่ะเพื่อน
It maybe even opened up for a shot which he could have taken, or an earlier pass to Timber who could have ran in behind around the other side of Kirkes. They get themselves a corner in the end though. It's third of the game for Arsenal.
เสื้อขาวปีนี้แม่งสวยว่ะแต่ว่าจะซื้อเสื้อขาวปีนี้หน่อย
Declan Rice, third corner of the game, all going to be out swinging deliveries. They've not caused too many problems from the two. Of course, it did create the main chance of the game so far from Manueke, but Alisson with a good save to stop it. Just awaiting this to be taken again. Everybody forwards for Arsenal. A bank of 4 stood on the edge of the box as well.
แล้วไปครับเดคไลท์
Terrible delivery.
เดคไลท์เปิดเข้าไปเอ้าเปิดไม่ขึ้นอีก เก๋ได้ไหม
Either he could have recycled that to David Wright, to Declan Rice, but he didn't. Raya pumps it forward. It's going to evade absolutely everybody, and Gravenberch is going to watch that go out for a throw-in. 27 minutes on the clock. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Competitive opening 27 minutes, but Arsenal are certainly enjoying themselves, it seems, a little bit more down the home side for the time being. As we're now just seeing Dominic Szoboszlai with the ball in hand.
Yeah, it's been less chaotic, hasn't it, from Liverpool than it was from their opening in 2 games. Of course, 5 goals in the game against Newcastle, 6 goals in total in the game against Bournemouth. Nearly half an hour gone, it's still goalless, so it's a little bit calmer in one sense, but yeah, there's still a little bit of nervousness about both sides. Arsenal have had more possession, but really created that many chances. We've had a couple of shots apiece. Arsenal the only side to force a save from Alisson from the opposite goal.
สวยไปเว้ยคาราฟิลลี่ไปพาลากขึ้นไปแล้วคาราฟิลลี่ไปแล้วพาลากยาวเอ้ยจานโอ้โหเหลืองแล้วมั้งไอ้เหี้ยจังหวะนี้เหลืองไอ้เวนกาเฟนแบก
to play through almost a 5-man press from Liverpool at the moment. We've seen their front four all pressed together, and then one of Gravenberch and McAllister as well. And Arsenal are bypassing it every single time. Well, Gravenberch's only played 2 games this season, missed the first one, and he's just picked up his 2nd yellow card of the season already. He got one away at Newcastle. Of course, so a free kick, as we've said with Arsenal set pieces, it isn't just corners, it's free kicks as well. And this is a crossing position, way too far out for Declan Rice to go for goal, even though he's stood for a long run-up at the moment. But the centre-halves and Gyökeres and Marino are all in the area towards the back post. The players lined up, now they're making their run towards the front post. He has hit it from distance. I tell you
อะไรโอ้โหยิงไปไหนอะเนี่ย
he's put that so high over the bar.
เดี๋ยวต้องได้สักลูกฮะลูกเตะมุมทีเด็ดเราแต่ลูกทีเด็ดเราผมว่าลูกเตะมุมฝั่งซ้ายโอเคกว่านี่ครับเอเซ่ออกมาวอร์มแล้วเพื่อน
Wouldn't be laughing if that was me. That was terrible from Declan Rice. Miles over the bar. As you said, the 2 centre-halves had come up. Gyökeres and Marino are also waiting for the ball into the area. I can understand him shooting because it was sort of like a central left position. Would have been difficult to loft it into an area, but certainly could have done much better with that.
Yeah, definitely an awful effort from Declan Rice. 2 poor set pieces in a row from him, which is not like him. As you just see now.
ครับลุย
Possession as we approach that half an hour mark. Still 0-0 between these 2 sides. It's going to be Kanate to bring the ball forwards towards the left. We've not seen anything of that Liverpool front 4, have we? With such quality in it.
เว้ยเซนอลเรา
been the most involved out of the ball. I can take it
ใจเย็น
takes a poor touch.
โอเคไม่มีไร
It was well intercepted by Mosquera to clear his lines. He seemed pretty calm coming into field of
ลูกเฮเลสกูเอายังไงกันแน่วะเนี่ย
in the first 4 minutes.
แต่จริงๆการที่เป็นหน้าเป้าอ่ะมันก็ไม่ค่อยโดนบอลอยู่แล้วทำไมอ่ะเดือดซิตี้แพ้ไบรตัน 2-1 เลยวะเป็นนำก่อนนะเกมมิลเนอร์นี่เขายังเล่นอยู่วะเพื่อนอยู่ไบรตันอายุ 39 แล้วอะ
Yeah, he certainly was. It's not for the first time that he's taken an extra touch, taking just a little bit too long. I didn't watch the game against Brighton and Manchester City, as Kieran says. We were covering the Nottingham Forest West Ham game, but there was a similar incident apparently in that one with the Brighton goalkeeper just taking a second too long, and Erling Haaland nearly getting on the end of it. Luckily, though, for Liverpool, they've got away with it.
Yes, it goes for a throw now for Liverpool. Bit of miscommunication. Poor header from Zubimendi. Interesting summer signing. Been after him for a while apparently.
เอาเพื่อนอย่าลืมนะเพื่อนเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้หน่อยนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่ฝากกดไลค์หน่อย
Probably used to describe. He's not going to show anything flashy. He does the basics so well, and it's why he's so highly rated. Zubimendi from his time at Real Sociedad and in the Spain national team. See a poor ball there towards the left-hand side, but it's recovered by Gyökeres. Van Dijk into Alisson. He's going to carry it away.
Yeah, he's in that sort of Sergio Busquets, Rodri sort of mould, isn't he? Like really calm in possession. No, not many thrills. Might pop up with an odd goal as Rodri does, and as Busquets used to do as well. You feel it was almost like for Manchester City when Rodri did suffer that injury. They didn't go and get him. He's at Arsenal instead. I think it's a good signing. Here, Marino, maybe for me, maybe a little bit too similar to both play at the same time, but you know that's up to Mikel Arteta, especially with Declan Rice in the midfield as well. It's maybe just a little bit too safe, but they are playing the champions.
Yeah, ball up towards Gyökeres, who's been stabbed of any real touches in this one. Held it up well that time though. Here's Calafiori, no real width ahead of him, so he's forced back. Pretty negative stuff at the moment from either side, struggling to create big chances, which is of
ไป
course
ไป
a problem in this one. But I'm sure we'll get there. We were saying that we were hoping to at least see one goal in that game at the City Ground earlier today, and we saw 3 in the final 10 minutes. So anything could happen in a game like this, and we know we've got the quality on show in this game, definitely, to spark some special moments. But here's David Raya, plays a risky ball to the edge of his own penalty area, back to David Raya, plays it forwards, they've been caught. Here's Van Dijk in the penalty area, looks good. He falls to Alexis McAllister, opens it up, goes for goal. What a block that is from Declan Rice.
โอเค
Van Dijk shot himself.
เนี่ยใครล้มวะนะเมื่อกี้
I've never seen Van Dijk press that high up.
ไปเลี้ยได้ฝ่าเว้ยเฮียเกือบไปแล้วระยะไอสัตว์โดนยกมือขอโทษเพื่อนเลยเพื่อนเล่นยากไปหน่อยเพื่อน
Runs into Zubamendi, who's gone down holding his head. I think he's hoping for a free kick there. Zubamendi, it's a little bit soft for me. We may have seen that pull back.
เกือบไปแล้วไอสัตว์เมื่อกี้
We'll wait and see if anything comes of it in terms of a replay, just to have a little bit of a closer look. But it was good pressing from Liverpool. Van Dijk was right behind Zubamendi. David Raya, as you say, holds his hands up. That's the way he's been told to play by Mikel Arteta. We've seen both keepers. We've seen both goalkeepers now, though, in a little bit risky in possession.
Yeah, absolutely. And Van Dijk, I just think that was probably a player who's not used to being in those positions. But for a centre half, I think a free kick's actually been given now in the end. With where it should be meant, unless that's just been given off camera, because we were just seeing pictures of absolutely everybody on the touchline, really. So, but it was around a similar position. So I wonder whether Van Dijk got penalised in the end. But he's definitely got the technical ability, Van Dijk, to score a goal from open play. We've seen him score a couple of free kicks in his time, also at Celtic and Southampton. As we've seen, Kirkus has clattered into his own man. Katika, good work though from Gakpo, great challenge. He's been hacked down there by Zubamendi. That's a clear as day free kick. And Gakpo, I think he's very rated, but I'd still actually put him in that bracket of underrated. I think he's fantastic in this Arne Slot system. I think it took Arne Slot joining to find the best out of him, didn't it? I don't think Jurgen Klopp could really find it from him, but he's been stabbed with a little bit of joy as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of that Liverpool front line not really been involved so far, have they? That's a great ball.
What a ball that is from David Raya, in behind for Madueke, who's getting the better of Kirkes every time into the penalty area, onto his left foot, opens it up, goes for goal, deflects it out for a corner on
ยิง
that far
เฮ้ย
side. Credit to
โอ้มาดูไอ้เก้เกือบได้
Such a handful, and it's so interesting that Arsenal are quite clearly identifying Milos Kirkes as the weakness here.
There's about a 75-yard pass there from David Raya right into the path of Noni Madueke. He plays in the same position, of course, of Bukayo Saka, both left-footed, both want to cut in. You can see why he's been brought in, because he fits the Arsenal system. It's just about, is he the right person? Is he the right personnel? Does he have the quality that Bukayo Saka has when the England international isn't available? He said he's got to
เอาหน่อยเว้ยเพื่อนๆเนี่ยมันต้องเตะมุมฝั่งนี้ฝั่งซ้ายเนี่ยเราทีเด็ดกว่า
I think he's been definitely the most dangerous for Arsenal. They're using him a lot more than they are the likes of Martinelli or Gyökeres. Corner, in-swinging
เรา
delivery.
เตะมุมฝั่งซ้ายแล้วเตะดีกว่าไงเพื่อน35นาทีแล้วนะเพื่อนเราก็ยังเปิดกันอยู่0-0
Declan Rice whips it in, good delivery, but it
เอาไว้แล้วดีแค่ไลฟ์เปิดเข้าไปปงเรียบร้อยไม่ได้
this set pieces today.
No, they're being frustrated by
ครับพี่
Liverpool
ธนพลนะครับมาดูไอ้เก้วูบวาบดีใช่พี่ใช้ได้นะเพื่อนๆมาดูไอ้เก้อะ
Konate, the referee's going to have to get involved here as he
เอา
speaks
แล้ว
to
โคนาเต้
Liverpool
กับโมริ
captain
โน่
Virgil van Dijk. It's Chris Kavanagh, our
วูบวาบ
referee.
ดีมาดูไอ้เก้อะผมว่าเข้าท่าเลยอะ
Not really sure. Moreno had to come in together, and he went down under the challenge from McAllister. There's minimum. He's thrown himself to the floor.
เข้าท่า
Mikel Merino's gone absolutely flying, but from his own real judgment, he knows what he's doing. He's trying to win something. Of course, a lot to be made of the pushing, shoving, holding in the penalty area at the moment. A couple of players being caught and penalised for it over the weekend and over the last
นะครับ
weekend
ลุยกันต่อ
as well. As you see,
เราลุยกันต่ออาร์เซนอลไปคาราฟิลลี่
7 minutes
โมริโน่
on the clock. Say,
ดูวัว
quite a slow game.
มาดูไอ้เก้แม่งเข้าท่าเพื่อนจริง
Just the 2 shots for
ๆ
Liverpool.
อย่าลืมนะเพื่อนๆในช่องแชทมีให้กดโหวตนะครับเพื่อน
Only the one on target.
ๆถ้าใครอยากเชียร์ทีมไหนก็โหวตทีมนั้นได้นะครับเพื่อนๆเราไม่ปิดกั้นอยู่แล้วมาครับ
Recycles it
ถึง
back
ผมแม้
towards
ผมจะ
Gabriel.
เป็นแฟนอาร์เซนอลก็ตาม
Also, David Raya is going to have to come forwards to meet it. He finds the Brazilian. Gabriel now. Back to David Raya. I think Mosquera's settled in pretty well. He's not really put a foot wrong so far. Always tricky to go into an atmosphere like this. Martinelli
เฮ้ยมาดู
really
โอ้โห
poor first
มาเดลี่
touches. So Bosley's doing a decent job on him. Of course, out of position, but certainly seems secure in right back. Dominic Szoboszlai always screams.
ฝั่งขวานี่มาดูเกมมันวูบวาบจัดฝั่งซ้ายนี่ฝั่งขวาเวอร์ซุดฝั่งซ้ายเวอร์แกตเขาบอกฝั่งขวานี่พอไปวัดไปวาได้ฝั่งซ้ายนี่เงียบกิ๊บไม่ได้คตินะว่าจริงๆอะผมมาชอบมากนะเอาจริงๆอะผมมาชอบผมชอบมาเตียรี่มากนะแต่เขาแบบไม่คงเส้นคงวาแล้วก็เดือดก้มหน้าเขาเดือดก้มหน้าจริงๆอะเพื่อนแล้วมันก็เลยแบบจังหวะหน้ายิงไม่ยิงจังหวะหน้าส่งไม่ส่งอะไรเงี้ยคือมันดูขาดเกินไปหมดเลยอะสำหรับมาตินารี่อะพี่เอาเอ้ยสวยโยเคเลสไปโยเคเลสเอาแล้วครับขับบอลในกรอบเขตโทษแล้วยิงไอ้เฮียไม่ได้ยิงอีกไอ้เฮียไม่ได้อีกเพื่อนโอ้โหฉลาดป้าอะไรวะ
So he's changed his mind. We'll see it back again. Lovely play though from Arsenal.
โอ้โหจังหวะเลยครับโยเคเลสพักบอลได้นะครับรถจ่ายไปให้ทิมเบอร์เนี่ยจ่ายด้วยซ้ายเนี่ยติดบล็อกอีกแล้วติดบล็อกฟันไดแล้วก็ยิงอีกติดอีกโอ้โหติดโกนาเต้ไม่ติดนะมีโอกาสเข้าเลยอะ
He's won himself a corner. I couldn't see a definitive contact, but the Arsenal players were adamant, and there was not really very many protests from Liverpool defenders.
I think it just came off the leg of Kanate on a final stretch.
เอาสิครับอาร์เซนอลผมไม่ได้เป็นรองเลยอ่ะวันนี้อยู่ทีมระดับเดียวกันแล้วอยู่ที่ว่าอาร์เซนอลจะรักษาความคงเส้นคงวาได้หรือเปล่านะเพื่อนครับติดใหญ่เลยเพื่อนไปเปิดเข้าไปมงเยอะโอ้โหไม่ได้ครับ
They don't get it, and they've got more of a point here, I think, than they do with the Kanate one. I thought he'd headed it off the.
โอ้โหเกมอยู่กับเราแล้วใช่พี่ณัฐพงศ์อยู่ที่ว่าเราจะทำได้หรือเปล่านั่นเองเกมอยู่กับเราอยู่แล้ว
Really threatened. Liverpool defended them quite well.
Yeah, credit to Liverpool. So difficult, isn't it, dealing with these Arsenal set pieces? And has Liverpool just been able to be forced long from a goal kick? They are. That is not normal for Liverpool at all. Van Dijk tries to pen in Akitika. It's so easy for Mosquera just to shrug him off. Goes out for a throw. I mean, this just is not like Liverpool's performance so far. As we now see, McAllister finds Kirkers nice. Kirkers with a ball into the penalty area. Asks a couple of questions. Well dealt with. And now Arsenal can come away with it. Brilliant from them. Marino puts it in the middle.
ไปลุยต่อโอ้โหมอริโน่เอ้า
Hacked down by Timber. Nothing given again. Forced to
โอเคไม่มีไรมีแค่ไรทันไหมอีกสักเอ้ย
From McAllister, nothing given, but Liverpool have to just settle down in this.
Yeah, we just mentioned McAllister.
เกมอยู่กับเราแล้วอยู่ที่ว่าเราจะทำได้หรือเปล่าเท่านั้นเองเพื่อนสำหรับอาร์เซนอลของเราอย่าลืมนะเพื่อนไปเข้ามาแล้วนะครับใครเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วยนะเพื่อนอ๋อเพื่อนขออภัยเพื่อน
I think Salah either wanted a yellow card, but he can't show that, or he wanted to continue because he did try to get back to his feet, and now, of course, with play stopping, it means that the defenders for Arsenal can come back, and it's all slowed down for Liverpool, and it's just played into the hands of Arsenal.
Yeah, it's not sticking to Ekitike there that time. A couple of times he's tried to battle with Zubimendi. It's a little bit better. Tries to flick, lose it, wins a free kick. So credit to the Frenchman that time. I'm not sure there was a lot in it, but he's trying to get the Anfield crowd going.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he just wants a little bit of backup from his teammates and from the home supporters. He's done really well there. He got in front of Zubimendi and just held him off. Even on his knees, he's he's still got the ball over Zubamendi, and then it's a lovely flick just round the corner to avoid the challenge. He did lose possession, but probably was a free kick in the end.
Van Dijk with the free kick. Liverpool just starting to get a couple decisions go their way. Gravenberch sharp turnaround. Gyökeres advantage played against the Swedish striker as he did just pull on the shirt of the Dutchman. It's on the right hand side with Dominic Szoboszlai. On to Konate now for Van Dijk. On the Arsenal half for the time being. Kerkez is forced back to Alisson. Good off the ball play from Arsenal, but not great from Liverpool in possession. They're really struggling to create anything. We're looking at another very quiet first half for Mo Salah as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned it took him towards the latter stages of both.
มาร์ตี้ปกติเจอลิเวอร์พูลจะเล่นดีครับแต่ต้าให้ลงโชว์ฟอร์มหน่อยก็เป็นอย่างนั้น
as well for him in this one. 43.5 minutes gone. It's still goalless. No shots on target from Liverpool's 2 efforts. Just 1 shot on target for Arsenal from their 6 shots at goal. It's been a first half which has been cagey and a lack of quality as well in the final third.
Absolutely. Now to see Konate, ball back to Alisson. Wow. Such a poor ball. It evades him. It means Van Dijk's back on the back foot. But of course, calm as ever, comes away with it. Ekitike goes to ground. Nothing given up against Gabriel. And now here come Arsenal. Timber with an opportunity to drive forward. He picks out Madueke. He's just going to sprint onto his right foot. Looks for the cutback. Forced to Timber. He goes down in the area. There was maybe a clumsy challenge in there. Nothing given. I'm sure they'll have a look at it.
เฮ้ยจุดโทษเปล่า
Now to be had. Plenty of white shirts left forward. McAllister's got to release it at some point. Looks for Ekitike. He looks for Verts. All just seemed a little bit scrappy again.
คาราฟิลลี่มันเล่นดีว่ะเพื่อนเชื่อคาราฟิลลี่เล่นดีจริงเพื่อน
This game just sparking to life in the final stages of this first half. Mikel Merino now out to Jurrien Timber. He's going to play it across to Zubimendi.
เพื่อน1 นาทีนะครับจะเขาเวลาบาดเจ็บนะ เย็นๆครับเซนอนขอสักลูกก่อนได้ไหมจุดโทษดีไม่จุดโทษดีครับพี่ธัญนัทบอกว่าเจ้าบ้านทั้งใจโอ้โหแจ๋วเลยพี่แต่ลิเวอร์พูลใช่ไหมปีนี้ขอให้อาร์เซนอลไม่ได้เหรอโอ้โหลิเวอร์พูลได้มาแล้วอ่ะอาร์เซนอลผม20 กว่าปีแล้วนะตั้งแต่ผมอายุ12นะครับอาร์เซนอลได้แชมป์อ่ะอายุ11-12นะพี่ตอนนี้ผมอายุ32แล้วนะอาร์เซนอลยังได้แชมป์เลยนะพี่ขำอ่ะพี่
A little bit of something is there's a foul there from Konate goes straight through the back of Gyökeres and you think Arsenal
อย่าลืมนะเพื่อนเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้หน่อยนะครับเพื่อนๆก็ช่องไลฟ์สปอร์ตยินดีต้อนรับพี่ๆเพื่อนทุกคนนะครับยินดีต้อนรับนะครับเพื่อนๆยินดีต้อนรับเลยจริงๆฝากพี่ๆด้วยก็มาเชียร์บอลกันอย่างสนุกสนานนะครับเพื่อนผมก็ไลค์ทุกคู่อ่ะเพื่อนผมเป็นแฟนอาร์เซนอลแต่ผมก็ไลค์คู่อื่นด้วยนะครับเพื่อนถ้าผมว่างผมไลค์แน่นอนครับเพื่อน
Declan Rice. Well, it's been a cagey affair in this first half, as we mentioned. Not too many big chances. Madueke forcing a save from Alisson.
เรียบร้อยเพื่อนจบแล้ว
as well, but probably the biggest talking point, Saliba's injury going off in the opening
จบแล้วครับเพื่อนก็อาร์เซนอลนะครับเสมอกับลิเวอร์พูลไป0-0นะครับก็จบครึ่งแรกเดี๋ยวมาดูครึ่งหลังว่ามีอะไรกันบ้างนะครับเดี๋ยวเรามาดูสถิติได้นะเพื่อนเดี๋ยว
Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury.
ถึงแม้มาเล่นนอกบ้านแต่มันก็ใช้ได้เพื่อนจริง
And it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a
มาเล่นนอกบ้านแต่ฟอร์มโอเคเลยแต่สิ่งที่ซาลิบาเจ็บนี่แหละแม่งเลยซาลิบากูเจ็บอีกแล้ว
Time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury.
ไอ้นี่ซาลิบาเจ็บเพื่อนเจ็บอะไรบ่อยๆวะไอ้ชิบหายแม่งบอลเตะมาไม่กี่นัดเองอะเราเจ็บไป 4-5 ตัวแล้วโอ้โหดีนะปีนี้เราซื้อตัวเยอะแต่ต้าแม่งเหมือนมองกันไกลอะรู้เลยว่าอาร์เซนอลแม่งตัวเจ็บเยอะใช่ไหมเพื่อนตัวเจ็บเยอะก็เลยแบบก็เลยปีนี้ซื้อตัวจัดหนักมากใช่ไหมแล้วเราเพิ่งขาย QVR ไปด้วยไงที่สำคัญอ่ะแล้วเสือกตัวเสือกเจ็บอีก
both been very underwhelming in this one. Half time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Both been very underwhelming in this one. Half time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides.
รอแป๊บหนึ่งนะเพื่อนเอเซ่น่าจะลงมาแทนนาตี้ครึ่งหลังดูทรงแล้วน่าจะเหมือนหมดมุกแล้วหมดมุกจริงเพื่อนจริงๆบกหมดจริงๆหมดมุกเพื่อนรอแป๊บหนึ่งนะครับเพื่อนคือเดี๋ยวผมอายัดไปเอาน้ำก่อนแล้วเดี๋ยวไอ้นี่กันมาคุยเรื่องสถิติกันว่าเกิดอะไรขึ้นบ้างนะเพื่อนอย่าลืมนะเพื่อนคำแล้วฝากไว้ก็แชร์ฝากกดติดตามด้วย
Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time, it's at Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Half-time at Anfield between Liverpool and Arsenal. It's been a subdued first 45 minutes from both sides. Arsenal lost William Saliba early on to injury. Christian Mosquera coming off the bench for him. There's only been one shot on target, and it was for the visiting Arsenal. Noni Madueke chested it down from a corner, gets his shot away. It's a good stop from Alisson between the sticks. Liverpool and Arsenal both been very underwhelming in this one. Half-time.
สถิติครึ่งแรกเป็นไงบ้างครับได้ยิงบ้างไหมอ๋อเหรอ ขอไปเพื่อนผมก็เบอร์ด้วยเพิ่งกลับมาเหนื่อยชิบหายพี่อ่ะมาเพื่อนๆก็มาดูสถิตินะเพื่อนๆก็ลิเวอร์พูลนะครับครองบอลไป 49% นะครับอาร์เซนอล 51% นะส่วนโอกาสยิงของลิเวอร์พูลนะครับโอกาสยิงไป2ครั้งนะไม่เข้ากรอบเลยมาครับส่วนอาร์เซนอลโอกาสยิง6ครั้งนะครับเข้ากรอบไป1นะอัตราการผ่านบอลก็อาร์เซนอลนี่น้อยกว่านะครับ197ลิเวอร์พูล201นะอัตราการผ่านบอลสำเร็จของอาร์เซนอลนี่ 85% ของลิเวอร์พูล 82% นะครับเพื่อนๆก็สูสีนะเพื่อนๆผมเอาจริงๆอ่ะสัมภาษณ์บอลในแดนฝั่งของฝั่งตรงข้ามฝั่งอาร์เซนอล37ฝั่งลิเวอร์พูล38เนี่ยครับแล้วก็อลิสันเบเกอร์เซฟไปลูกหนึ่งของมาดูเอเก้เพื่อนๆลูกนั้นก็น่าเข้าเหมือนกันนะแต่บอลมันก็ไม่ได้แรงมากเท่าไหร่อะอลิสันก็เลยพุ่งไปปัดทันนะครับเพื่อนสถิติต่างๆก็ประมาณนี้เพื่อนเรามาดูอย่างกองหน้าอย่างโยคิเลสบ้างนะสัมภาษณ์บอลไป6ครั้งนั้นเพื่อนสัมภาษณ์บอลในกรอบเขตโทษครั้งหนึ่งนะแล้วก็ไม่มีโอกาสยิงเลยนะครับแม้แต่ครั้งเดียวนะแล้วก็ความแม่นยำในการผ่านบอลนี่2 จาก 3 ครั้งเศร้าโอกาสไป1นะครับสำหรับโยเคเลสนะเพื่อนก็ประมาณนี้ไม่ได้มีอะไรหวือหวาส่วนของลิเวอร์พูลนะครับเหมือนกันครับฮูโก้อีติเก้นะครับสัมภาษณ์บอล11ครั้งนะครับเพื่อนๆเศร้าโอกาส0ครั้งความแม่นยำในการผ่านบอลนี่1 จาก 3 ครั้งเนี่ยเหมือนกันครับซาลิบาเจ็บยาวไหมนะโหยังไม่รู้เลยพี่แต่ดูจากอาการนี่ก็เอาเรื่องอะผมว่านะถูกเปลี่ยนตัวออกนาทีที่4อย่างเงี้ยนี่ครับตัวสำรองวันนี้นะครับอย่างของอาร์เซนอลอย่างเงี้ยก็ประตูก็เกปามีลูอิสเกลลี่นะครับเอเซ่โอเดการ์ดแม็กดอร์แมนแล้วก็อีธานนะครับนอร์ไมลี่แล้วก็ทอสซาตัวเจ็บนี่ครับเบนไวท์นอร์การ์ดบูโยซาก้ากาเบียลเจซุสไคฮาแวตดีนะมีทีมชาติขั้นใช่ดิพี่ไม่งั้นแย่เหมือนกันเพื่อนๆนี่ครับอาร์เซนอลก็สถิติที่ผ่านมานะเพื่อนทำประตู11ลูกใน5แมตช์นะครับ5แมตช์หลังสุดเลยเสียประตูน้อยที่สุดในการแข่งขันนะอันดับ2ค่าเฉลี่ย3ประตูที่ได้ตอน1แมตช์เลยนะสำหรับอาร์เซนอลแล้วก็สถิติลิเวอร์พูลก็ทำ16ประตูใน5แมตช์เสียประตู13แมตช์เสียประตูติดต่อกันนะครับ13แมตช์เลยแล้วก็โมซาลาติดอันดับ2ในโอกาสความเป็นไปได้ในการแข่งขันนะมีโอกาสยิงนะโมซาลาก็ประมาณนี้เพื่อนคู่หัวค่ำก็ไบรตันนะครับแพ้แมนซิตี้ 2-1 นอตติงแฮมฟอเรสต์แพ้เวสต์แฮม 3-0 นะครับเพื่อนๆประมาณนี้ไม่มีอะไรมากเดี๋ยวเราดูกันนะครับมีทีมชาติมาขั้นเราก็ได้พักผ่อนกันด้วยพูดถึงทีมชาติพฤหัสพูดถึงทีมชาติเราเจอฟิจิคิงครับโอ้โหน่าจะไหวนะพี่ฟิจิอ่ะผมว่าน่าจะไหวนะเดี๋ยวดูเตะกี่โมงเพื่อนผมมาไลฟ์เดียวคิงครับมันเตะที่เมืองการปะนี่เหมือนเห็นสนามที่เมืองการอ่ะผมจำได้อยู่อ่ะใช่ไหมเนี่ยคิงครับเตะ2 ทุ่มอุ้ยไลฟ์ได้เพื่อนอ่ะบอลมาแล้ว นี่ครับเตะที่กาญจนบุรีจริงๆด้วยเจอฟิจิ2 ทุ่มไลฟ์ได้เพื่อนเราอยู่อันดับ101ฟิจิอยู่อันดับ150เราไม่ชนะก็บ้าแล้วพี่เอ้ยเตะที่เมืองการเห็นเพื่อนผมมันชวนไปดูอยู่มอเตอร์เวย์เปิดขึ้นฟรีด้วยน่าสนใจนะบ้านผมอยู่นครถมไงพี่บ้านพี่อยู่ไหนพี่ณัฐพลบ้านผมอยู่นครถมไงผมก็ขับรถประมาณชั่วโมงนึงถ้ามอเตอร์เวย์ขึ้นฟรีประมาณชั่วโมงไม่เกิน2 ชั่วโมง
of an underwhelming one considering we had two
บ้านผมอยู่สารยาครับเพื่อนๆมอเตอร์เวย์ขึ้นฟรีก็ขี่ประมาณ2 ชั่วโมงน่าไปดูอยู่เหมือนกันเพื่อน
2 games Liverpool have scored 7 we are goalless it's myself Tom Wilson joined by Kieran Graham it was all set up wasn't it Kieran based on the first 2 games for a really exciting affair it's been a little bit cagey a little bit nervy
ในตัวกรุงเทพนะเพื่อนมาบอลมาแล้วลุยกันต่อครับเพื่อนลุยกันต่อนี่ฟาร์มเนี่ยอร่อยมากเลยเพื่อนไอ้วันนี้ผมไปเที่ยวไอ้เขาเยเที่ยงมาใช่ไหมแล้วก็ไปแวะไอ้ปากช่องซื้อนมที่ฟาร์มโชคชัยมาอร่อยมากเนี่ยอันนี้พี่โยเกิร์ตอร่อยมากอร่อยจริงเพื่อนถ้าใครมีโอกาสแวะไปซื้อฟาร์มโชคชัยเนี่ยขวดละ40 บาทเองอร่อยจริงนี่เขาไม่ได้โฆษณานะเพื่อนผมกินแล้วผมชอบเลยอยากบอกเพื่อน
second half Liverpool they've had that team talk with Arnie so everything's got to improve we saw him having a brief conversation didn't we with Conor Bradley which I think would help them in an attacking sense he's a great fullback not only defensively but more so going forwards where I don't think Szoboszlai's had a bad game at all but maybe something a little bit more natural maybe Szoboszlai being in the middle would help a bit more so we picked up on Alex McAllister was pretty poor in that
yeah he certainly was struggled to get involved as did Ekitike, who can't get on the end of that long ball from Van Dijk. It's picked up by Timber. He goes down under the challenge from Gakpo. Last touch comes off. Cody Gakpo apparently, nope, changed his mind actually. He's gone through the bar. Oh, no, it is an Arsenal throw. Quickly taken on. Liverpool throw, in fact. Cody Gakpo gets the ball from that left-hand side, cuts in field. Tries to find a yard of space for a shot. Inverts has gone down inside the area off the ball. Liverpool remain in possession. Good pressing from Gokres has forced Liverpool from the final third all the way back towards the edge of their own area. There's a challenge there from Rice on Gravenberch, which has resulted in a free kick. We saw a similar challenge from Van Dijk on Zubamendi that nearly led to the opening Liverpool goal. In the end, though, it was pulled back for a free kick. This one is as well, and play continues. Here's Wirtz. It's a poor ball towards the run of McAllister. Miscommunication between those two once again.
Yeah, it's just not been great. It's not been taken. There's been a lot to be made. But Florian Wirtz starts live at Liverpool. I was just looking through social media at half-time. People once again saying he's just not living up to anything at the moment. I watch a lot of Florian Wirtz in the Champions League by Leverkusen. We cover a lot of the Champions League on this system. And once again, we saw a lot of Florian Wirtz. He's a brilliant player. He's got a lot of value in the Champions League. It's the highest level, isn't it? So we know he's capable of it. Just trying to settle in.
ไปแล้วครับโซโบสไลน์ผมชอบมากเลยไอ้โซโบสไลน์ชอบที่ผมชอบที่สุดในของลิเวอร์พูลก็คือโซโบสไลน์โอ้โหอีทีเก้อีเก้ไม่มีไร
Ekitike has to wriggle to keep it inside the field. He's being pushed and pulled.
ผมชอบโซโบสไลน์สุดแล้วในทีมลิเวอร์พูล
in the end by Calafiori, but the free kick's gone the other way because it was Ekitike who had a hold of the Arsenal defender's shirt.
Yeah.
ผมชอบแบบสไตล์การเล่นของโซโบสไลน์แม่งอายุ24 ปีเพื่อนตั้งแจ๋วเลยกาเฟนแบกวิงผมยังไม่ค่อยชอบเท่าไหร่ผมไม่รู้ว่าเหมาะสไตล์มันเหมาะกับลิเวอร์พูลจริงป่ะนะถ้าเป็นแฟนลิเวอร์พูลถ้าเป็นแฟนลิเวอร์พูลก็ไอ้นี่ด้วยนะเพื่อนแต่ผมยังไม่ค่อยชอบวิงเท่าไหร่แต่ผมชอบโซโบสไลน์แบบขาดใจเพื่อนตอนนั้นอาร์เซนอลก็อยากได้แต่เราไปเอาไลฟ์มาก่อน
So Ball's like bundles his man to the ground. No free kick. Arsenal getting a little bit frustrated in this second half, but fingers crossed.
หายมาตี้เอเซ่ลงเหอะเอเซ่ลงเหอะครับเอเซ่ครับ
Into the second period, Liverpool
Ese
nil,
long
Arsenal
to-
nil. You're listening to off-tube independent studio-based commentary. Just one shot on target in the game came in the first half from Noni Madueke, forced to save from Alisson between the sticks. The noticeable or notable actions were William Saliba's early departure inside the first 5 minutes. Suffered an injury in which he's replaced by Mosquera. That's poor in possession from Gravenberch. He's gifted the ball back to Madueke, but the heavy touch sees the challenge with Milo Kerkez. Been a bit of a battle between Madueke and Kerkez on that Arsenal right and Liverpool left. Keep an eye on that as the game progresses. Liverpool fans giving it to Noni Madueke on that far left-hand side. Here is Gravenberch back towards Alisson in the Liverpool goal, out towards Kanate, just about reaches him. Under pressure from Gokares, goes down the line into the feet of Salah. He dinks it into the path of Soboslai. Good challenge from Rice. The ball will stay in as Rice pokes it down the line. It's a good run from Gokares and a good ball as well. Gets there in front of
สวย
Kanate.
ไปแล้วยูเคเลสไปแล้วยูเคเลสไป
Hold the Swede at bay. And it goes out of play for a throw, and otherwise that looked dangerous.
Yeah, Kanate, once again, he's just been caught out a little bit there. He's just stepped up that little bit too much. He's allowed the space in behind, and Gyökeres, he doesn't look the quickest, but I think he's absolutely rapid when he's moving at full pace. And once again, we just saw him a little bit too wide in the end, Gyökeres, to be able to cut inside and try and create anything or pick a teammate out. So it can only go for a throw-in for Arsenal.
He takes that throw in Calafiori in towards Gabriel, who cycles it to Mosquera. Out towards that right-hand side for Timber. Under pressure now from Gakpo. Timber goes back to the Spaniard. And Arsenal retreating into their own half as Salah puts on the press. It's been played out though towards Calafiori. Heavy touch and a heavy challenge as well. But Florian Wirtz comes away with the ball. No options to his left. Has to come back towards the near right-hand side where Salah picks up the ball. Pokes it into the path of the Hungarian Soboslai. Centrally then for Kanate. And every time either side gets the ball, Kieran, there's a couple of seconds where you think they might fly forward, and then I think it's the pragmatism takes over and it slows down. But here's
ตอนนี้
Gravenberch
ขันเกินเอาชิบหายแล้วไงลิเวอร์พูลมาแล้วยิงโอเคไม่มีไรโอ้โห Gravenberch จะยิงไกลอีกแล้ว
Gravenberch, if he looks to his right, you can pick an easy pass to Salah. Look to your left, you've got 3 options. Recycle, try create an actual opportunity, because Liverpool, what they've lacked so far in this game is creating a big opportunity, and that was just so poor again. Lapse of concentration, maybe frustration, as well as Arsenal take a risk playing out from the back again. It's composed from Declan Rice. Mosquera takes a chance.
They go long eventually, which is I sound like an old pundit here, but it doesn't make sense to me to not just go long. If you're going to put yourself under pressure in that way and go long anyway,
ยอดใครวะน่ะมาดูเก้แม่งสุดยอดเลยอ่ะโอ้เยี่ยมมาดูเก้ช็อตเมื่อกี้หล่อจัด
The idea of it, but when you do it so messy,
โอ้
and so
มาดูเก้หล่อจัดเมื่อกี้
don't do it. When David Wright did that in the first half and he held both hands up, I made a mistake. Well, you've almost just made the same mistake again. So that's it. That's a sign of you're not learning from your lessons. They got away with it in the end and won themselves.
สวยมาเตลี่
Poor ball from Salah to give the ball back to Arsenal. Martinelli then
ไป
retreats
ต่อ
to
ครับ
Raya.
ไปหามาดูเก้แดดส่องตาเยี่ยมมาดูเก้โอเคไม่มีไรครับได้ทุ่มครับอาร์เซนอลเราหรือมันเพื่อนเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ผมหน่อยครับเพื่อนๆพี่มาชิบหายแล้วไงมาแล้วโคนาเต้โอเคไม่มีไร
Konate's now out of position as Arsenal
ไป
fly
ครับ
forward
ทิม
out
เบอ
towards
ร์
that right hand side.
ทิมเบอร์ออกซ้ายมาดูเก้ไปแล้วครับมาดูจีเข้าไปจีแล้วจีลบไป1ลบไป2ไอ้เหี้ยเอาไงโอ้โหบอลมันไม่เชื่องเท้านี่ไง
Just caught in a couple of minds there, Madueke. I think he's looked so good, like
โอ้
we said.
มาดูเก้แม่งเฮ้ยมันยึกยักนิดเดียวอ่ะเพื่อนแต่มันผมว่ามันมีของนะเอาจริงอ่ะมันมีของนะจริงอ่ะคือมันในนี่ไปอ่ะมันดูเหมือนไปไม่ได้แต่มันก็ไปได้เขาเรียกว่าเตอร์บี้เดวันไปอ่ะโอ้ดูว่าซินอนเตะบุมไป6 ครั้งแล้วเพื่อนลิเวอร์พูลไม่เตะสักครั้งเลยอ่ะ
to be whipped in now for Declan Rice. There's been a lot of outswinging deliveries so far. Fall to the one of the in-swingers. Maybe that's why they've not had the success today.
10 minutes into the second period, still goalless, but Arsenal with their sixth corner of the game. An away swinger from Rice towards the front post, headed away by Canate.
ไปเปิดกันต่อไม่ได้ครับเพื่อนทำมาเตลี่ครับวิ่งไปเอาบอลปาร์ตี้เปิดเอาย้อนครับย้อนระยะครับระยะเปิดขึ้นหน้าไปตุยแล้วมงต่อโอ้โหมาริโน่จะมงให้โยคิเลสแต่ไม่ตรงนะครับครับ55ที่ผ่านไปครับสกอร์ยังเสมอกันอยู่ที่0-0
I'll point out that scoring would mean it's a club record 37th consecutive league game in which Liverpool have scored. On the other side of things, a win for Arsenal would mean 3 out of 3, of course, to start the Premier League season. That would just be the second time in the last 20 Premier League seasons that they've done that. If they're able to win with a clean sheet, it would be the first time since 1924-25 that they've won the first 3 games with 3 clean sheets. Ball forward towards the left-hand side where Gakpo loses out to Timber and he's lost out in the throw-in as well. It will be an Arsenal ball as both sides have players warming up. So Curtis Jones is fueling and preparing himself to come on. It's not an inspiring change for the host, is it? Unless he's coming on at full-back, as you say, for a different option. But you've got Bradley as well and Gomez. I'll have to wait and see, I suppose. But it doesn't exactly scream Liverpool are going for this.
I don't mind it in the sense
ช้างน้อยเนี่ยเพื่อนนี่กินทุกวันกินทุกไลฟ์ช้างน้อยอร่อยที่สุดไป
a little bit more of that extra forward zip, if you will. It'll add a bit more ball carrying, which I think they've lacked. And Kate shows he's very calm in possession as well. So I do think he'll add something that we've not seen yet. And what I think actually
นิ่งกันอยู่นะเพื่อนเราเหมือนเรานั่งเชียร์บอลอยู่บ้านนะเพื่อนไม่ได้พากอะไรมากมายนะผมcould
maybe start to drift a little bit wider in this game. Yes, still hold his position. Don't get in the way of your wingers. I think he's a little bit too central at the moment, which has been quite easy for Arsenal to deal with.
Good ball to Salah on the right-hand side, inside the area for Liverpool. He's got Calafiori to beat. He's been really well
handled by the Arsenal
defender. He's chopped the ball into the area.
Calafiori
ahead of Declan Rice, then cleared away by Martinelli. He's bundled
มงออกไปจานฟาว
Alexis McAllister, and that will be an Arsenal free.
เอเซ่ลงเหอะมันต้องมีตัวอย่างเอเซ่กับมาดูเอเก้ตัวยึกยักตัวแบบผมตัวพลิกเกมอ่ะ
Probably beats his defender there and gets a shot away. Really struggled to get past Calafiori.
ลูกเกมเราดีกว่าเราดีกว่าหน่อยลูกเกมเราดีกว่า
wasn't it? And Calafiori, credit to him. I think we've seen really good performances from him so far this season. Very solid defensively. I think coming into this Arsenal side, yes, he was a left back at Bologna, but he played centre back quite a lot as well. I think he's great going forwards just as much as Calafiori. Balling behind has caused all sorts of problems for Liverpool.
Madueke on the end of it. Ellison quickly off his line to deny.
โอ้โหมาดูเอเก้เนี่ยดูมันดิ
Well touched down there by the former Chelsea man. It's just a long ball forward from the goalkeeper. Gokres was battling for it. It dropped over his head and Canate. Madueke got there in front of
ชอบมันตรงนี้แหละเพื่อนมันตะวิตะบันไปอ่ะมาดูเอเก้เพื่อนเหมือนไปไม่ได้นะแต่มันก็ไปของมันได้นะเพื่อนตะวิตะบันไปอ่ะวิ่งตันชนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันดูแข็งแรงเดียวเพื่อนชอบผมชอบมาดูเอเก้มากเลยแต่ผมว่าคนหนึ่งที่เห็นด้วยนะผมก็ชอบนะผมไม่ได้แย้งเลยนะผมไม่ได้มีแบบผมไม่ได้มีปัญหาเลยนะตอนที่เดต้าซื้อไอ้มาดูเอเก้อะจริงๆผมชอบเขานะ
From Alisson, which was a good save, but I'd expect him to make it in the first half.
Yeah, just the one shot on target. We've played 59 minutes. It's Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. You're listening to Off-Tube Independent Studio-based commentary. Here's Soboslai down the line to Salah. Back to the Hungarian. No option centrally. He has to go backwards towards the halfway line for Canate. Now Gravenberch in possession. Out towards Kirkes on the left-hand side. He's been battling with Noni Madueke throughout the game. Here's Van Dijk to Canate. TK wants it deep, really struggled to get involved as McAllister takes over. Now Soboslai in that right back position, just chops away from Martinelli, who again has been quiet in this game. Just under an hour gone.
เพื่อนเหลือครึ่งชั่วโมงเว้ยอาร์เซนอลเราจะเป็นยังไงหวดไปเลย
Battles for it with Gravenberch. It's the former who wins it. The loose ball poked away by Zubamendi. The referee says no foul as play continues. Liverpool in possession. inside their own half with Van Dijk to Gravenberch back towards his countryman. 1-2 between those two once again. Still not seeing any changes in the game for Liverpool. Arsenal forced into a change. That's a good ball by Van Dijk to Szoboszlai. Take a loose ball towards Gakpo in the corner of the box on the right hand side. Here's McAllister trying to find a yard of space. Find Wirtz instead. Great touch and shot away and a save. And a to the back of the net. Anyway, referee has a look at his linesman. He's blown his whistle for something. The goal's going to count. There's a flag up for something. Much the frustration of Ekatike and the Liverpool home crowd. It was all a little bit of a mess.
ตัดบอลเข้าไปแล้วด้วย
Big moment at Anfield. Ekatike, a wild word, celebrating like he'd scored a worldie. Well, if he'd scored a goal, it wouldn't have been much quality. Gakpo's offside when that shot hit. Some great officiating. It would have been. Well, no, actually, obviously, it would have just been.
ไม่เข้าเว้ย
Would they? But
ยังไม่เปลี่ยนตัวเลยพี่
But yeah, Florian Wirtz. I'll tell you what. That's the first time I think we've seen just instant quality from Wirtz in this game. The first touch I thought was outstanding. The finish could be a bit better.
ล้ำมัน
When
เพื่อน
it was on his left foot, it's always a bit tricky. The touch
ล้ำ
sat up for him a little bit, which makes it harder on the technique and control. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We've seen extra replays as if it's some miraculous decision. He was miles offside, was Cody Gakpo with it. But yeah, Florian Wirtz, unfortunate. David Raya called into action as expected. McAllister is the man to make way. I think that is the right change.
มาร์กลิเตอร์ออกนะครับเพื่อน
Like we said in the
โดนลง
first
ว่ะ
half, moments are needed to get that Anfield
เคอ
crowd
ร์ติส
going,
โจนลง
to
ว่ะ
get
เพื่อน
the Liverpool system going. That's a moment that's just going to get them with that little bit of belief. They've had the ball in the back of the net, which is important. It's important for them in the remaining half an hour. So they've got to keep going on it. Ekatike will be frustrated. Doesn't have a goal to his name, of course, but got to keep ticking away.
Ball over the top. Gokres is going to get there in front of Konate.
มาแล้วโยเคเลสไป
Szoboszlai comes across and does really well to win the ball from the Swedish international. Salah back to Szoboszlai, who's able to clear. There's a battle for the ball on the halfway line with Ekatike and Gabriel. It's the latter who goes down, but it's David Raya who picks the ball up. 62nd minute of the game. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. One more Premier League fixture this evening. It's a late kickoff on a Sunday. It's not a usual slot in the Premier League on a Sunday. Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace in a 7 o'clock kickoff.
ไว้ชูมินเมนดี้กูนะโอ้โหสวยไปแล้วทิมเบอร์สวยแล้วทิมเบอร์ไปแล้วครับมาดูเอเก้มันคันเกินครับไปแล้วมาดูเอเก้ตีเข้าไปเอาทิมเบอร์ยิงเอาส่งดิคาราฟิลลี่หลังเข้าโอ้โหยิงแม่งเลยเตะมุมอีกกาเบียล
Calafiore, I think he just waited a little bit too long, but I think Timber took too long to give the ball to Calafiore. He hammered that into the chest of Konate. He had to try and get out of the way of it. He does really well, actually, Konate. Just to keep his hands tucked in. We've seen penalties given for it a little bit. In like a TRX motion. I say yeah because Tom gestured it towards me. But we saw Tarkovsky, didn't we, opening game week, penalised because he'd gone in, but it was just a little bit out. Was his arm. Konate, it's brave defending as well, chucks himself in front of it. Another corner to come up for the Gunners.
7th corner of the game for Mikel Arteta's side. Can they make this one pay? Declan Rice will take it yet again. It'll be an away swinger. Left arm in the air from the number 41, and it comes towards a penalty spot. The heads go up, flicked away by Konate. There's been a clash of heads between him and Calafiore.
ยิงมาดูเอเก้
flies over the bar. Following that breakdown in the set piece, just making sure that both players are okay. I think it's a little bit of a sore one, but nothing too serious. 64th minute of the game, still goalless.
เพื่อนหวดไปเลย
Both sides have now at least tested the opposition goalkeeper.
หัวชนกันนะเพื่อนคาราฟิลลี่
Konate's okay, Calafiore's okay.
โอนาเต้นะครับหัวชนกัน
They will continue in a couple of moments' time. So no change for Arsenal since Saliba was forced off earlier on in the game. Liverpool made their first change moments ago. McAllister off for Jones. He's not really had a touch of the ball yet. Here's Van Dijk though for Liverpool from Alisson from the goal kick. Still Van Dijk gets past one, gets past another, then goes down under the challenge. He's been bundled into by Mikel Merino. That was Van Dijk of old bringing the ball forward.
Yeah, it certainly was. I thought he was a little bit fortunate. Not because I don't think it was a
เนี่ย
foul.
ผมไม่รู้ว่า เอาเมลิโน่ออกเอาเอเซ่ไปยืนแทนใช่ไหมแล้วก็เอามาเตเรียทอสซานลงเนี่ยเพื่อนผมว่าได้โอเคนะ
a passing opportunity, but in the end he just about got it, and it's going to be a free kick for Liverpool.
Ball back to Gravenberch, to Kanate, all the way back to Alisson on the edge of his area. 65th minute of the game. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. You're listening to Off-Tube Independent Studio-based commentary. Alisson goes long and forced under pressure. Headed back by Calafiori. Verts to Soboslai. That's a good ball towards Jones in a central position now. Towards Gakpo on the far left-hand side. On his right boot gets the shot away. And in the end,
เข้ามือครับเพื่อน
Spanish goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's not bad from Cody Gakpo. It's a trademark move of his, but once again, there's no surprise that just a chance like that, which sometimes Liverpool do grab goals from, created by Curtis Jones. He's just added that little bit of extra attacking incentive. Here come Liverpool again.
Salah from Verts, heavy touch allows Calafiori to win the ball back. Gabriel's able to clear, and that is not the Salah we expect in that sort of position. So often will punish sides. Van Dijk's gone down off the ball. The referee, Chris Kavanagh, is brandishing a yellow card for someone in an Arsenal shirt. It's Victor Gokres for his challenge.
แบ็คซ้ายแบ็คขวาเรานี่แม่งใช้ได้จริงๆเพื่อน
Just a little
ทั้ง
bit
ทิม
late.
เบอร์ทั้งคาราฟิโอลี่
Not a yellow card though.
No, that's absolutely not a yellow card. I actually don't think.
เดี๋ยวตื้อๆตันๆส่งเจ้าหนูแม็กนอร์แมนมาเลี้ยงเข้ากับเป็นโทษ
Foot to foot contact really, and if he does, it's more standing to the side of it rather than standing on each foot. I think Van Dijk makes a meal of it, knowing exactly what's about to happen. He knows that Gyökeres has to put a challenge in. If you go down, the referee thinks that you're being clattered. The referees fall for them challenges every single week, don't they? But yeah, that's a really harsh yellow card.
Back towards Alisson. Liverpool just seeing a little bit more of the ball in the game. Now Arsenal rather dominated possession for large parts of that first 45 minutes. But in the second half, Liverpool have had over 2/3 of the ball. They've given it away though here to Timber. Plays it forward into the channel for Gokres to chase. He's
สวยไปแล้วครับโยเคเลสไปกันKanate
the defender who just gets a toe in.
บอลไม่เชื่องเท้าโยเคเลส
Arsenal throw. Gokres, much like Ekitike, been starved of the ball.
I think he holds it up quite well, Gyökeres, especially initially there. But then it's his next touches, it's the bit after that's letting him down. I also feel for him a little bit in terms of, I think when they've played it into the channel for him, no one's gone with him. So he's always been on his own. Even if he does something good, he's on his own. Ball over the top from Curtis Jones is a good one. Here's Salah.
Yeah, Salah on that right-hand side, closed down by Calafiori into the area. Salah outside of the football, into the area. Salah collected by
สุดยอดระยะปัดได้
intervene there. The Arsenal
แน่นอนจริงครับ
that's a little bit better from Mohamed Salah, but still not confident enough, Kieran, to take on his man.
Yeah, and it is good goalkeeping from David Raya, one of the better goalkeepers in the league, but something he maybe doesn't have compared to all the other keepers is height. And he does really well to just jump up, parried it a little bit, and getting the Egyptian a lot more now.
Salah, yeah, gets past one, then two. He's beaten. He's really well, though, the defender, to stop Mohamed Salah coming into the area. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Just getting the team news from Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. We spoke at half-time about Emi Martinez's potential departure. He's not in the squad this afternoon.
Yeah, interesting. Bizarre. He did start in the opening game of the season at home to Newcastle, and he was outstanding, the Dutch goalkeeper.
ครับเพื่อนอาร์เซนอลก็ดูตื้อๆตันๆนะเพื่อนต้องเปลี่ยนตัวแล้วจริงๆอ่ะครับเปลี่ยนแล้วเว้ยเซ่มาแล้วใส่เสื้อ
to joining Tottenham, which I think was more
โอดิการ์ดก็มา
maybe he had to take at that time. Of course, as an Arsenal fan, there'll have been problems with it. He'll have definitely second-guessed it like he did in the end, but he was prepared to make the move for his own career. Champions League football.
ทั้งโอดิการ์ดแทนมิโน่อย่างเงี้ยครับเอเซ่แทนมาติเนลลี่อย่างเงี้ยเพื่อน
As a firm believer, and everything happens for a reason. And just seeing the story around it, it does seem like quite a nice story around him moving to Arsenal. So fingers crossed he can make a good impact.
He might need to make an impact instantly, because both sides really struggle to create chances in this game. Liverpool, as I say, just seen a little bit more of the ball. Long ball forward there. He's intercepted by the goalkeeper. Ekitike was the target. Arsenal now down the other end. Madueke, though, has fouled Kirkes. A push off the ball as the pass was played forward. 69 minutes played. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. We are 3/4 of the way through the game, and I'll hand you over to Kieran to take through to full time.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tom. Double change coming up for Arsenal to attack in midfield. Not fit enough to start potentially, but he's fit enough for 20 minutes, and these are going to be key inclusions. And Liverpool, I think, have still looked shaky in this game, despite almost sorting out the stuff that's been going on at the back in terms of not conceding goals. I still think there's an opportunity to be had here for Arsenal. Marino and Martinelli, the two players to
มาเตลี่กับโมเรโน่ออกครับเพื่อน
players to go off.
เอไซมาแล้ว เอไซมาแล้ว
นี่ครับ
เบอร์ 10 ของเรา
on that left hand side. Eze's just a little bit of a different option, and of course quality coming off the bench with Martin Odegaard. They've struggled to unlock this Liverpool defence in open play. If there's one man that can do it, it's Eberechi Eze. If there's another man that can do it, it's Martin Odegaard, and it was either Marino or Zubamendi, wasn't it, that was going to come off?
Yes, we just see Alisson now in possession. He's going to send it long up towards Ekitike. Now Timber intercepts it pretty well, and now it's going to fall the way of Declan Rice. Here's Martin Odegaard's first touches of the ball. It stays on the right hand side, which means that Eze will probably move to the left. Not a great ball
บริการมันไม่ฟิกไงเพื่อนดูเหรียญเพื่อนมาดูไอ้เก้อะฟาวไว้เฮียจังหวะเนี้ย
He's come in and had a back and had quite a good game actually, Mascara. The fact that we've not had to talk about it, I think that's genuinely a credit to him. I wouldn't be surprised if Saliba's injury is serious, that he starts the next game and they trust him instead of someone else. They've gone quick on the free kick. The Liverpool fans are raging because Virch was in, and the referee has said there's a rolling ball there. We're now seeing images of ref cam. First time they've shown us that, I think, today.
Yeah, it is.
It for 2 seconds, so good use of it. As we now see Gakpo coming forwards, cuts inside, then on the outside, brilliant play from him, wins a corner, better from the Dutchman. And Liverpool waking up a little bit now.
ใจเย็นใจเย็นใจเย็นใจเย็น
Had more of the ball, as I say, in this second period, but just biding their time in terms of creating chances. Still waiting for that one big chance for either side. Really might get that now. Arsenal have had a load of corners. They've had 7. This is Liverpool's first. It'd be a bit of a lively, wouldn't it, if Liverpool were able to score the opening goal from this corner kick?
Yeah, big opportunity. See 3 giants in there in Ekitike, Konate and Van Dijk from this corner. Whipped in by Virts. It's a good delivery as well, headed away by Mosquera. Good defending from the Spanish under-21 international again. Like I said, I think he's had a really good game. Eberechi has it, trying to close down Szoboszlai, who doesn't fancy his chances up against him in a 1v1. I don't know why. And he's forced all the way back. And here's Alisson now. He's going to go to the right-hand side for Szoboszlai. Eberechi has it, forces the mistake almost. Szoboszlai with a heavy pass to Gravenberch. Good composure though, shown by the Dutchman. Szoboszlai is going to look long in behind for Virts. That's an outstanding ball. If he gets there, and he does, he's got Gakpo for company. He's ignored him for now, and now he goes to Salah, takes a touch up to Godfrey, blocked, and Gakpo can't believe that he's not being used. He was in acres of space. Gravenberch now to the back post. Terrible delivery. Timber's going to leave it. He doesn't, and he's going to turn to his teammates and say there was no communication. Shrugged his shoulders. It was quite clear there was communication. Every Arsenal player around him had their arms out. We're just seeing his Virtus chance again. He's got to give it to Gakpo now.
Yeah, he has to. He definitely has to cut it back to Gakpo. And then when he doesn't, Gakpo has to make that run around him to try and get the ball from his left-hand side. He doesn't. He just stands still. The chance goes in the end because Salah's the obvious option. Closed down quickly by Calafiori. Chance gone, but as you say, been gifted a corner kick from Jurgen Timber.
Corner kick coming up for Liverpool again. Caused a couple problems from the last one. They let that ball travel a little bit too much, did Arsenal. But it's Szoboszlai, so a switch of taker this time in swinging. Decent delivery to the front post. I said decent delivery just because it looked like it had a bit of venom on it. Szoboszlai first time hooks it back in. They've not dealt with it. Falls to Virts on the half volley. It was travelling. They're all claiming handball, nothing given, and they clear their lines. But Virts caught that one nicely, completely. As we now see Gyökeres piling on the pressure, but Liverpool are certainly finding their rhythm in this one at Anfield. And that Virts strike, I mean, I have to see it back again. There's not too many appeals for a penalty, but it was certainly travelling.
It certainly was, yeah. It was well hit. I'd like to see an angle from behind the goal or behind Florian Wirtz to see where it was going before it was blocked. But Liverpool really growing into this second half. They're looking much the stronger. Arsenal been quiet.
They certainly have, as we now see Gravenberch in possession. He's going to drive forwards, finds Virgil van Dijk. Not a lot of pressure now from Arsenal. It feels like the sting's been taken out of their attack, which is quite weird since they've just brought on to quite quality forward plays, but they just can't get them involved at the minute. Not seeing Odegaard or Eze at all because Liverpool have found their comfort really.
เพื่อนย้ำเสมอหนูนะครับเพื่อนๆ0-0
Heavyweight clash between these two sides. You never really see a knockout blow so early on, do you? It takes time, and that's exactly what it's done. As we see Gakpo now down the left-hand side, driving inwards, cuts onto his right foot again, looks for a layoff for Gravenberch, keeps the attack alive, but he's forced all the way back. Not sure why. Now it's going to be Curtis Jones to get his attack going. Played a 1-2 with Cody Gakpo, falls back to Ryan Gravenberch. He's going to take away with it. Arsenal sat very deep at the moment. It's a strong structure off the ball out of possession, but here's Salah now on the right-hand side up against Calafiore. Calafiore's had a brilliant game, I think, on that left-hand side for Arsenal.
ไปครับไปแค่ไลฟ์วันนี้ดูเหนื่อยนะเพื่อน
In an Arsenal shirt, and he just dances around Szoboszlai.
ใส่ไปแล้ว
Nice stuff from the new Arsenal number 10. Not a bad shirt number to be given as well, is it? When you just join the club. As now it's Ødegaard to the right-hand side. Madueke, 75 minutes on the clock, still 0-0 at Anfield. I think at this point both sides are probably taking a point. นี่เด่นจัดนะจริงๆอ่ะ Now seeing Declan Rice in possession.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think, as I say, neither have been good enough for all 3 points. Neither deserve it. Might just come down to quality.
As it finds Ødegaard on the edge of the penalty area. Nice play. He looks in behind. Gyökeres caught on his toes. Nice play from the 2 substitutes. Gyökeres didn't expect it to come through. Jurrien Timber finds Madueke now. He's up 1v1 against Kerkez. Gakpo back to help. Which falls back to Ødegaard. Now it's going to be...
นี่น่าเข้าจัดเมื่อกี้ไม่กล้าส่งอ่ะ
to the left-hand side. Calafiore slips, and it's a real vital slip there as he just drops to the floor. Ødegaard watches on. He's trying to track over, but that's a big opportunity on the edge of the area.
Yeah, I was just having a look there to see who was the last number 10 at Arsenal. Of course, it was Emile Smith-Rowe, and before that, Mesut Ozil. Before that, Jack Wilshere. Before that, Robin van Persie. So joins a good group of players that have worn that number for the London club. Looks like Liverpool preparing another change. 15 minutes to go. This game really could go either way. Either side could win it. It could also still just be 0-0. And I'm leaning a little bit more towards the latter because the quality just hasn't been there.
Yeah, it certainly could be a 0-0. At this stage, it was 0-0 in our game earlier, and we still saw 3 goals. True. But we kind of expected at least one, didn't we? We were getting that feeling it was coming at the City ground for either side when substitutions were made. We're starting to see subs made now, and I'm still not necessarily getting sold on that feeling. Chiesa is about to come on, who has made some real big impact. He's got a vital goal, didn't he, against Bournemouth. Joe Gomez is getting ready as well, with Konate going off as well. He's gone down injured. They're absolutely going to step up their interest, you feel, for Matt Guehi if Konate is to go off. Running out of time. It'll be interesting to see who Chiesa comes on for, because the cameras lingered on Ekitike, didn't they? I'm not sure if I'd go with Ekitike or Gakpo in this one. Konate does seem in some discomfort though.
Yeah, he does. It's something off the ball, isn't it? I think he's sort of holding his right knee. He's something going on with his right leg, definitely. He's taking some fuel on board. But Gomez is getting stripped and ready, so you feel he's probably going to be replaced either way. Oh, he's absolutely guzzling down that Lucozade, isn't he? Other drinks are available.
Absolutely squeezing the bottle to the death of it. But yeah, it's not been a great game for French centre-halves, has it?
No.
But Annie Slot running through some instructions. See Jeremy Frimpong on the sidelines. He's been ruled out for about a month or 2, I believe it was. Maybe a little bit less. But he picked up a knock recently. Missed the last game against Newcastle. Chiesa getting ready to come on. I do wonder whether it'll be Ekitike or Gakpo. You always think it can't. It's never going to be Salah, is it? Even though he's had a poor game, you're never going to sub Salah off when you're chasing a goal.
Especially not given his late
คนอาเต้เจ็บ
in
ไม่
games
แพ้กัน
already
เอา
this
กองหลัง
season.
ฝั่งอาร์เซนอลก็เจ็บครับ ฝั่ง
impacted
ฝั่ง
late
ลิ
on
เวอ
in
ร์พูลก็
games,
เจ็บเหมือนกัน
too. It's Ekitike by the looks of it.
Ekitike to make way. So frustrating one. He can't keep up that scoring form. Of course, scored in all 3 of his competitive games for Liverpool coming into this one. He was just starved of any real opportunities, wasn't he? And I mean, he tried to get that link-up play going, just couldn't. As Joe Gomez getting ready to come on as well for Konate, who limps off. Doesn't necessarily need help from the physio to get off the pitch. Annie Slot gives him a warm embrace, but this is a big 12 minutes now for Joe Gomez, because you think Gyökeres is probably going to latch onto him now.
Yeah, I don't mind Joe Gomez as a central defender or as a full-back. I think he's really resilient, he's really versatile, but Gyökeres is just a handful, isn't he? And he's shown that up against Konate, who's who's bigger and quicker and stronger than Joe Gomez. So we'll see how he gets on in the final 10 minutes.
Fantastic from Verts and Gakpo linking up. Ball to the left
Oi,
hand side.
saway.
Curtis Jones. He forced back to Kirkes. It's a bit slow there from Jones. Ball to be whipped in towards Chiesa, looking for an instant impact. Goes down, nothing given. Now Eze can pick up the ball and carry it forward. He finds Erdegaard, who's going to potentially shift it to the left hand side. He does. Declan Rice turns away. He takes a heavy touch, just about keeps it in play, and he goes long to a nice ball for Eze. I didn't think that went out on initial viewing, and neither does Declan Rice. That in a great ball as well into Eze. Salah gets his back underway. Oh, I thought he took the throw in. No, he didn't. Certainly looked like he took the throw in as he threw it to Szoboszlai.
Would have been a foul throw in Sunday League. Referee wouldn't have allowed that.
Yeah, exactly. But he got away with it in terms of he was just passing it to Szoboszlai for him to take the throw in. 80 minutes on the clock. Still 0-0. Curtis Jones finds Joe Gomez for his first touches. Finds Van Dijk. Back to Van Dijk again from Jones. That's going to be Gomez. Not a lot of pressure on him. Szoboszlai. I beg to ask the question of why Arne Slot went through intense talks with Conor Bradley at half-time, which is, we thought it was a matter of time till Conor Bradley came on in this game, but maybe something's panned out in this one that made him go against that. There's a foul there from Zubmendi. I mean, that should be a yellow card, shouldn't it? Curtis Jones breaking into the final third. I don't believe he has been yellow carded. He has been. It's a very late one, but a yellow card for the Spanish international. Free kick in a slightly promising position.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You got it spot on, Kieran, about Curtis Jones, him coming off the bench. I said it was a bit of an uninspiring change. He hasn't changed the game for Liverpool. I won't go that far, but he has provided something different. McAllister really struggled to get involved. Jones has just got himself into better positions, wanted the ball a little bit more. His movement out of possession's been better. I think he's overall had a better performance in the very little time that he's played versus most of the game that Alexis McAllister had.
Yeah, this is a free kick opportunity then. Szoboszlai, a little bit more known for his free kicks from distance. He's the man with the ball in his hand. He's got Virgil van Dijk, Gakpo and Salah stood with him. I mean, like I said, Virgil van Dijk's got free kick history. I'd seen a clip of him taking free kicks in training recently. We've never seen him, well, can't think of him taking them for Liverpool, but I mean, he'd rattled about 3 in a row that looked brilliant, so I don't know why he doesn't take them as much. I'm not sure I'd have Salah from this distance. I think it makes most sense for the Hungarian, who the cameras linger on him. He's got a very Fernando Torres style haircut going on these days from his time at Liverpool. It is now just Salah and Szoboszlai, but Szoboszlai more set for a run-up, and now Salah's been moved away, so it is going to be the Hungarian opportunity. Only a 3-man wall. Very far to the side. Szoboszlai steps up. It hits it. What a strike that is! And what a free kick that is!
เฮ้ยเหี้ยเข้าโอ้โห 1-0
I said it was his range. He's proved it was his range. That is an absolute beauty, and it's 1-0.
Well, I said it might just take a moment of quality for either side to win this game. We've been gifted that moment of quality. It's taken 82 minutes. Dominic Szoboszlai, what a free kick. Take a bow, son, because that is brilliant. You mentioned he looks Fernando Torres-esque. He was not known for his free kicks, but Dominic Szoboszlai is. David Raya puffs his cheek. He was never getting there. It might have just kissed the post, which doesn't help. Liverpool, though, have taken the lead. It's been done absolutely expertly.
That's magic. That is pure magic. This free kicks from Szoboszlai is an absolute joke. David Raya, he takes the step, and it hits just the inside of the post. It couldn't have been better from Szoboszlai if he tried that. I mean, that's surely that's goal of the season so far.
Yeah,
I can't think of any better.
No, it's brilliant from Dominic Szoboszlai in a huge game.
แม่งสมบูรณ์แบบเพื่อนๆโอ้โหเย็ดเก้
quality. We finally had that quality, and it comes from Dominic Szoboszlai, and Liverpool take the lead. You feel they're strong enough to hold on now, even with the departure of Kanate, but it's going to be a really exciting final 7 minutes.
Yeah, I can't believe what we've just seen there from Dominic Szoboszlai. Gave the big build-up. I think that's the first time I've ever given a big build-up for someone on a set piece and them actually deliver for it. Usually it's always a commentator's curse, but what a strike that is from Dominic Szoboszlai. And I kept referencing this was felt like a heavyweight clash, didn't it? That was looking for a knockout blow. That was absolutely a knockout blow. That'd be a lights out blow, wouldn't it? Fight over. And you'd think it's certainly not game over, but 84 minutes in to deliver that is something. Here come Arsenal though, looking for an instant response. Calafiori takes his time there. Spots like falls to Breccia in the penalty area. Here's a chance on his debut.
เอาเอเซ่ไปเอเซ่เฮ้ยจานสุดโทษ
I'm not sure why he didn't release it. Usually he's a bit more. No penalty given.
Yeah, he only needed a couple of touches and then get your shot away. He's slightly pulled back by Gomez, which maybe doesn't help. He just maybe feels his breath on the back of his neck, but maybe just a little bit of a nervy moment there from Breccia as he loses his footing. It's not a foul. It's not a penalty. It's a huge moment for Arsenal that goes missing.
Massive moment looking for an instant response, and Liverpool just showing their defensive frailties for that moment. I'm not sure if there's ongoing talk between the referee. I don't believe there is, because I think a goal kick's just been taken, so no free kick. No penalty, should I say, for Arsenal. Breccia trying to get involved. What a challenge that is from Kirkes. He's giving afters to Madueke as well, because they've had a strong battle all evening. It's been a great battle to watch as well. It's been great fun watching Kirkes and Madueke up against each other. 85 minutes
เสมอก็ยังดีสัตว์โดนเลย
We've seen it's an outstanding free kick from Szoboszlai. Here come Arsenal though. It's Gyökeres driving forward. Good challenge in there.
เอาโยเคเรสไปหลังเข้า
Referee giving a free kick. No, he hasn't. Scoops ball from Madueke.
เอาสวย
Certainly inventive. Looking for Zubimendi. He's just riding the back of Kirkes. Surely a free kick's being given. It must have been. Zubimendi's claiming something. I'm not sure what. But Liverpool, I mean, they're having to prove that they're going to have to show a bit of fighting defensively now.
Yeah, absolutely. Just dig in now. That's what this time is. Kirkes does well just to hold off Zubimendi. Liverpool want the ball up the other end of the field for 4.5 minutes-ish of normal time remaining.
Yeah, Kirkes now in possession, playing a couple 1-2s with Virgil van Dijk. He's going to go back to Alisson. Not a big press going on here from Arsenal. I'd say they're 1-0 down. It's harsh on Arsenal, isn't it? I don't think they've deserved to lose this game, but we've almost said the same thing for Arsenal over the last couple of years, haven't we? In games like these, they've not really deserved to lose them, but they lose them, and that's their problem. This is why they aren't winning things at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this was a very similar game to their opening Premier League game against Manchester United, but they came up on the right end of that one. They're going to come out on the wrong end of this one if they're not.
เฮ้ยยูเมนดี้เสียบอลอีก
Terrible touch again. He's been awful. As Mo Salah, Florian Wirtz has gone down with an injury off the ball, but here comes a lot of space to be had.
โอดิการ์ดไปแล้วบีเอเซ่ครับ
Ball across the physical for Gyökeres. There's a chance. Is it
เปิดโอ้โหเฮียโกเมส
goes for a corner.
เฮีย
That could have been the chance to nail Victor Gyökeres inside the air. He just can't get there, and Gomez makes a really good challenge just to steer it away from the Swede. It's over the bar and out for yet another Arsenal corner. Madueke again on that right hand side. He's been brilliant. Florian Wirtz is down.
Yeah, Florian Wirtz down, receiving treatment at the moment. 87 minutes on the clock. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0. And I'm sure a lot of people will be talking about that Szoboszlai goal for the next 2 weeks while we've got an international break. As it looks like Wataru Endo is getting ready to come on, Japanese midfielder, to try and see the game out. And it'll probably be for Florian Wirtz because he's down receiving treatment. It's another game where Wirtz doesn't grab his first goal or assist in the Premier League yet. We just seen this goal back again from Szoboszlai. They could just keep showing us this for the rest of the game, really, because he just couldn't have.
เนี่ยโอ้โหฟรีคิกแม่งแน่นอนจริงเพื่อน
It's not postage stamp in terms of the top corner, but it takes a kiss off the post like that. It's impossible to stop for David Raya. It's a brilliant free kick from him, and an interesting celebration as well. But yeah, Dominic Szoboszlai might just be the match winner.
Yeah, click of the finger celebration there, Szoboszlai. I'm not going to read it too much into anything with that. I don't know if he's on about potential Alexander Isak stuff going on. You never know.
I thought it was a dart at first. I thought it was he picked up the. No, it was, but at first I thought he was pretending to throw a dart. Wirtz's it looks like a dead leg, doesn't it?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We've not mentioned Isak, have we yet? It'll be interesting to see if Liverpool really go all out in this next day to grab him. I couldn't see a way in where he joins Liverpool, but
ครับแม็กนอร์แมนเว้ยลงเว้ยแม็กนอร์แมน
48 hours that it could be edging closer, especially with Newcastle pushing for that Voltemada deal, getting that over the line for a big fee. Interesting change coming up. Young lad Max Dowman coming onto the pitch. Made a good impact against Leeds, didn't he? Winning a penalty. I believe 15 years of age, if I'm right, which is, I mean, that is ridiculous that he's playing Premier League, and apparently he's an outstanding player as well. Ødegaard's whipped in the corner, well headed away by Joe Gomez. Great defending, falls back to Eze now, plays it out to the left-hand side for Ødegaard. He's got Dalman in the middle, doesn't use him, ignores it. It's going to go across to the left-hand side.
ไปเว้ยอาร์เซนอล
It's going to be Eberechi Eze, can't win his header. Gravenberch finds Martin Ødegaard on the right-hand side for Max Dalman. It's his first touch as the 15-year-old. He's driving into the penalty area with no fear. Really trying to create something. Good defending though from Kirkes. Doesn't dive in. Dalman's still going. Had to release the ball. Didn't. It's Paul from the young man.
เฮ้ยหนุ่มไอ้ที่ยังไม่คืนวะ
It's going to trickle out for play for David Raya as we approach the 90th minute. David Raya goes long. Could have recycled possession a little bit there and tried to create something. I'm not sure we're at the stage where they need to be pumping it long. We've got added time, of course, to come up as we've just hit the 90th minute. We've got a bit of added time. 7 minutes to be added on now.
7 นาทีแล้วเพื่อนโอ้โหเอาเว้ยยังมีเวลาเว้ยเพื่อน
As we've now just seen Martin Ødegaard in possession. He's going to drive to the right-hand side. It's Van Dalman who's been heavily involved already. Scenes coming on. He's got the confidence to run at these Liverpool defenders.
ยังมีเวลาเว้ยฉะนั้นเรา
Running behind from Dalman's ignored. It's going to go back to Ødegaard. Hoist it towards the back post. Well defended by Szoboszlai. It's his decisive moment that separates the two sides so far. Can Salah get a late involvement like he's done in the other two? From Eze, it's strong in the between two Liverpool players. Calafiori, that's a poor challenge from Chiesa. That's got to be a free kick for Arsenal. Gyökeres recycles it. I think they'd have rather had the free kick there, Arsenal. But play continues. Timber down this right-hand side. Now it's going to be
Timber by
at the top of our screens. It is.
Now
it's going to be Timber again. Driving forwards, he twists Kirkes inside out with a cross. Is absolutely
โอ้โหทิมเบอร์มึงเปิดแรงกูรออย่างสวยทิมเบอร์ไอ้สัตว์เอ้ยเปิดแรงเลยผมหมดว่ะทิมเบอร์กูหมดว่ะเพื่อนดูวิสกี้นี่ต้องลงแล้วล่ะ
Obviously doesn't expect it. He doesn't expect to beat the defender so easily. Rushes his cross, overhits it, and as you say, goes out of play at the other end for a throw in. 5.5 minutes remaining of the 7 added on. It's a big 5.5 minutes that Arsenal have to try and get back level.
โดนโซวัสไลน์ปั่นคีเข้าพี่
Determine the entire season for
โซวั
either
สไลน์ปั่น
side.
คีเข้าไปเลย
Both sides not been great, but Liverpool just got over the line, and you know it's a bit of a cliche, isn't it? But Liverpool, if they do get over the line, you're looking at the sort of thing that people are saying: great teams win even when they don't play well, and Liverpool against their nearest rival, you suspect this season in Arsenal getting over the line. What that will do psychologically could be huge.
Yeah, absolutely, it could be. As we now just see Arteta fewest away wins in his tenure at Arsenal, and it's at Anfield. He's had 0 really difficult hunting ground for them. Timber and Gakpo and Timber,
เพื่อนกัน
from the Dutch camp. We've seen
เพื่อนกันกักโปกับทิมเบอร์มึงตีกันเองแล้วเฮ้ยสัตว์
Timber asked for Gakpo to help him up. Gakpo went to help him up. Timber wouldn't get up, and then Gakpo just waved his hand towards him. He was like, right, I'm not bothering anymore. I'm walking off. Timber didn't seem too happy. So I'm sure they'll be talking about that if they're both in the Dutch camp, which maybe.
โยเคเลสมึงเอาหน่อยดิว่าวันนี้ยังไม่ได้ยิงเลยเหี้ยไม่ได้ง้างเท้ายิงเลย
and then he doesn't, and then he pulls a mood on you.
ไลฟ์วันนี้โหเล่นหนักเล่นดีจัด
But 3 minutes into the 7 added on, we've not seen anything really inventive for Arsenal to try and find a way back into this one. Here's Mosquera. I don't think he's deserved to be on the side of a losing side so far today. The Spanish centre-half coming in very early doors in a very tricky scenario. I think he's done really well. Now we see Ødegaard driving forward, down to the right, ignores him.
ลูกที่มันโดนมันก็สุดวิสัยจริงๆเพื่อน
Ødegaard
ฟรี
just
คิก
holds his hands out in frustration. Well, you're the captain. You've got to organise this team and make a move for you.
ลูกที่โดนอ่ะมันเป็นลูกฟรีคิกไงมันก็สุดวิสัยจริงๆอ่ะ
That's a great choice from Kirkes. He's almost had the pockets picked.
เองเลยไม่ชนะเนี่ยฟิลมานานมากแล้วใช่ในบ้านเราก็บ้านใครบ้านมันเว้ยพี่
From Mosquera again, brilliant from the centre half. Just looks like the mould of an Arsenal centre half under Arteta, doesn't it? And that'll give Arsenal fans a bit of confidence if Saliba is out for a period of time that they've got a natural successor just to fill in.
Yeah, great challenge there from Mosquera. You got two options, I think, in that case: go and press and try and win the ball. But if you do that, you need to win it. Otherwise, you just jockey and hold off and hope that Chiesa runs himself into the corner. He's done ever so well taking the first option. Oh, there's a mistake there.
เอ้ยเปิดไปไหนของมึงอ่ะ
In the penalty area, goes for goal. It was Alisson.
เอาแม็กโนแมน
The
เอ้ย
initial cross well headed away by Curtis Jones. Brilliant. And the Scouts midfielder. And now Ødegaard tries to hoist it into the area for Gyökeres. Uses his body really well. Now it's Eze up against Szoboszlai. Well headed away by Szoboszlai, who not only has the absolute worldy goal to his name, he's defended pretty well as well at right back, out of position. Credit to him. And now here's Declan Rice with the ball at turns his man with ease. Chiesa, I think, and he sort of wanted a little bit more there. His forward ball, Declan Rice, is so poor as well. Intercepted well by Cody Gakpo. There's Zubimendi battling for it. No foul in there. It's a good battling between both sides. Timber's raging with the referee. Hoofed long now towards Mo Salah. Surely you can't do it in the late minutes again. No,
นะครับเพื่อนๆบอลอยู่ซาร่าไม่ทันครับเพื่อนโอเคโอ้ยเหลือ2 นาทีเว้ยเซนอน2 นาที
Turns away with it, finds Declan Rice. He's got an opportunity to come forwards, finds Calafiori. If Arsenal are to level this, it'll be carnage in that away end, as we've got about 2 minutes remaining of this one. Declan Rice goes out towards Martin Ødegaard, who cuts onto his stronger left foot. Now with Declan Rice again, Arsenal throwing bodies forward. Timber and Gabriella stood up front. Declan Rice asks a lot of effort at Chiesa. He's going to keep it in play just about. He tries to win some. What a touch that is from Eze around Szoboszlai.
เฮ้ยเอเซ่สวยไปเอเซ่โอ้โหเอาครับบอลยังอยู่ครับคาราฟิโอลี่
Turns it and it goes out for a throw. But Arsenal trying, they just can't create.
Yeah, it's really unexpected that from
เหมือน
Eze.
ดีกว่าแพ้เว้ย
You maybe
ใช่
think that
พี่
he's
พูด
going to
ถูก
take the safe option and go backwards. He doesn't. He takes on his defender with the first touch. Not sure what happens if he just loses his footing or just can't get on the end of it. He can't get a ball inside the area. Got themselves a long throw with 1 minute remaining.
Calafiori now with the ball in hand, launched it into the penalty area. It's not been convincingly dealt with. Arsenal players are all claiming for handball. Given at the moment, Gyökeres puts a decent ball into the area. Gakpo's clearance isn't convincing. Kirkaz's is. It'll be interesting to see that back again because Arsenal players all started waving their hands about. David Raya goes long up towards Gabriel. Decent flick on. No one attacking it though. You don't want to flick it on near Van Dijk, and that's exactly what they did. That's lovely from Gakpo. Fantastic from him to find Chiesa, who's driving forwards all on his own. He's got Salah to the right of him. Is he going to use him? No, he isn't. He's going on his own. Still, Chiesa opens it up, goes for goal, takes a deflection and goes wide. It's nice play from Chiesa. I think he had to use Salah though.
You know what? I don't mind that at all because everyone expects him to go to Salah. The defenders did, and he's used him as a decoy, and he's able to get the shot away in the end as well. You know, Salah hasn't been the greatest performance from him, even off that right-hand side, cutting in on his left. He's really struggled to get involved. I don't mind it at all from Chiesa. That's an interesting one on Szoboszlai there, the handball shout. Because where is the marking when you've got a long sleeve shirt on? It's really difficult to tell where the t-shirt line is.
Yeah, I thought it was the top of his arm. I don't think that's ever a penalty. It hits him as well after 3 players missed the header. Quite close proximity. If you're giving penalties for that, it's game over in terms of the actual spot. We see some stupid penalties given. Anyway, 30 seconds over the 7-minute mark. There's going to be yellow card here for Endo, who just wrestles Gyökeres to the ground. They've now got one more chance, Arsenal. We're almost a minute over time to chuck this free kick forwards. Everybody forwards. That's what Endo's brought on for. Take a yellow card, does no harm.
Endo's been yellow card after coming off the bench. In other news, water's wet.
Absolutely, as this will be the final act. Of course, if there's no goal, it will be separated by an absolute worldie from Szoboszlai. It needed the knockout blow, did this game. David Raya hoists it long into the penalty area. It's such an easy ball to deal with for Virgil van Dijk. And the full-time whistle has gone. Liverpool making 3 victories from 3. They've not been convincing in any of them, but they won't care. They've got the job done. To separate the 2 sides was an absolute beauty from Dominic Szoboszlai. A free kick posted in.
แพ้นะครับเพื่อนๆอาร์เซนอลแพ้ลิเวอร์พูลนะครับ 1-0 เล่นดีกว่าแต่แพ้ครับสู้เล่นไม่ดีชนะนั่นดิโอ้ยโหแต่ฟรีคิกพี่มันเป็นเหตุแบบนั้นมันก็ยากจริงแล้วเขายิงดีจริงเพื่อนๆยิงแบบโอ้โหแม่งหูเห็นเลยอะโอเค อาร์เซนอลนะครับแพ้ลิเวอร์พูลไปนะครับ1-0นะครับก็ได้ประตูจากสวอตสไลน์นะเป็นลูกฟรีคิกนะครับเพื่อนๆนาทีที่83นะครับทำให้จบเกมอาร์เซนอลแพ้ลิเวอร์พูลไปนะครับเพื่อนๆก็เดี๋ยวอาทิตย์หน้านี่ก็เป็นบอลแบบ
Our next football commentary match is getting ever
นี่
nearer,
ใช่ไหม
so why
เป็น
not take
เบร
the
กทีมชาติ
opportunity
ใช่ไหม
of having
เพื่อน
a bet on the
เดี๋ยว
match?
ค่อยว่ากัน
Whether
เพื่
you're
อน
interested in betting on
แล้ว
the
ก็
match
มีวัน
result,
พฤ
the
หัส
first
อ่ะ
player to score, the last scorer,
น่าจะวันพฤ
correct
หัสป่ะ
score,
เพื่อน
double result, total goals market, handicap betting,
วันที่
or
4
any
เพื่อน
other of
เวลา
our
2 ทุ่ม
exciting
เดี๋ยว
markets.
ไทย
It's
เจอ
fun
ฟิ
to
จิ
be
นะ
involved.
คิงคัพนะครับ
Don't
เดี๋ยวมาไล
forget
ฟ์
when the match
เชียร์
kicks off, you can
เชียร์บอล
sit
กัน
back
นะเพื่อน
and
ผมก็
enjoy
หัด
superb
โอ้โห
independent
เซ็
studio
งจัดเลย
commentary
เนี่ย
while
บอลเรา
also enjoying our in-play betting
ฝาก
opportunities.
เพื่อนๆด้วยครับกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วยนะครับเพื่อนนะจบเกมแล้วเพื่อนอาร์เซนอลพ่าย0นะเซ็งเลยกันเลยเพื่อนไปฝากแล้วก็แชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วยเพื่อนไปละบ๊ายบายเพื่อนฝันดีนอนดีกว่าเพื่อนพรุ่งนี้ผมมีงานแต่เช้านะครับไปก่อนบ๊ายบายฝันดีครับจุ๊บๆ